fifth place on this one, then fourth for the next. Third, second, first,
Holy moly!
They bang it there, and he's right on cue.
Defending for their lives. The Prince Alfred's stuck down there. Dennis Stroy's got it.
We about to make a ground. We've got to make this count. Take the ball and raise it now. Make noise, you're crazy loud. It's all moment, let me hear.
Jake Tucker's taken off.
They're a game of percentage clear. They sneak a win today.
Cooper, you're outstanding, man. Well done. Congratulations on the flag.
Oh!
A bin chicken.
Your 2024 premiers, the Port District Football Club. Congratulations, you legends. You are the best team.
Welcome to Matchday Live. It's elimination final time and it's Rostrevor taking on Sacred Heart Old Collegians here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. It's 4th versus 5th and it's Rostrevor who finished 4th in their first year back in the top flight. They're back in September, a place they are familiar with from yesteryear, and they are rapidly rising to become a premiership threat. Sacred Heart, they're in the 5, they're in September once again, but only just this year. September is a place where they've squandered golden opportunities in years gone past. Could we finally see the shackles released and see Sacred Heart seize September? With thanks to our sponsors, High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Custom by ORTC, Kimberley Resorts, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, Classic Clashes, Archies, and Filming Footy. This is Finals Footy here on Matchday Live in your BTR Excavations Division 1 Adelaide Footy League. Welcome everyone, it's finals time here in the BTR Excavations Division 1 Adelaide Footy League, and I'm joined by Adam Jeffries, of course, like we are every single week, and we've got Judd Gosson riding the boundary for us today.
Yes, happy to be here, very excited for this massive clash.
And welcome to you, Adam.
Yeah, looking forward to finals footy. We've been waiting for this all year, haven't we, Jack? The real stuff starts. Looking forward to the game.
We certainly are, and we've got 4th versus 5th today, elimination final, do or die. Rostrevor taking on Sacred Heart. What do you see from both teams? We'll start with the home side.
Yeah, first of all, two very good teams for an elimination final. It's been an epic contest this year. So 4th and 5th would have flag aspirations still. But they got to get through today, don't they? Sacred Heart found form last week. Rostrevor been consistent for mine pretty much all through the season. How do you pick a winner? You can't. Rostrevor have the home ground advantage. Really good win last week we saw, didn't we, Jack? But Sacred Heart found their mojo as well, so it's going to be a great game of football.
It is impossible to tip, isn't it? We should probably flip a coin, and that's our answer. These teams both play a similar brand of footy, tough, tight, contested. How do you think the game's going to be won or lost for Sacred Heart today?
Yeah, we've got to keep an eye on the conditions. Sacred Heart early in the season, their transition from defensive 50 inside 50 was elite. But if it's windy, a bit scrubby underfoot, it'll be hard for them to play that game. Finals footy ends up just being contested. Rostrevor are the kings of that. Sacred Heart have more speed on the outside, so we'll see how it plays out.
Going to hit you with a quick tip, mate. Who do you reckon does get the job done today?
Rostrevor, 6 points.
And we are in the thick of the action down on the boundary here. Judd, what's the weather report looking like today, mate? A bit cloudy overhead. Is there any rain around?
Yeah, it was nearly raining players from both teams here behind us. But no, it's no rain, luckily, for today. Yesterday, a lot of rain, but luckily on this Saturday for footy, the rain has stayed away. It is cold, it's a bit cloudy and a bit windy, but no rain's the main thing. It's going to be a great contest here between two great teams, as you guys mentioned, and really looking forward to this one.
And quickly give us a tip.
It's hard to tip. I'll go Rostrevor just because they beat them twice earlier in the year and it's at home, so I'll pick them. But it's going to be very tricky. And Sacred Heart, as you'll see in a second, they're up for it. So, yeah, can't wait to see how this one unfolds.
I'm going to upset the home faithful and tip the Shockers to get a job done in a tight one. Judd caught up with the coaches, and we'll throw to that right after this.
I'm here with both the coaches for the interview before the match. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Damien Boots from Rostrevor Old Collegians and the co-coach of Sacred Heart Old Collegians, Anthony Beeman. We'll start with you, Damien. So your club's first year back in Division 1. Was it your goal to make the finals, and how happy are you that you actually achieved it?
Yeah, always start of every season you'd like to play finals, so it's no different for us this year. Really proud of the group. We've had a strong season, back end as well, so yeah, very, very happy and proud of them for sure.
Awesome. And what would you say the main difference is between Division 2 and Division 1, if any?
You're playing virtually a final every week. Every team can win on any given day, so you really need to be on your game. That's the difference, I think. It's been a really strong and tight competition all year, as everyone's known and seen, so that's probably the big difference from my perspective.
Awesome, yeah, well done. Fourth, of course, home final here, expecting a big crowd here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. For Anthony, so you guys started the season on fire, top 2 for most of the first half of the season, but still dropped off a bit, but still performed well enough to make the finals. Now that you've actually made it, what is the message out there to make sure you can find and recapture that form from earlier in the season?
It was just a continuation on from us. Sort of went away from it through the middle of the year, as Damien just suggested. Every week's a tough week. The competition is in a really strong position. So if you're a little bit off, and we got found out a couple of times through the middle of the year there, but towards the end we've just narrowed our focus to what we do really well, and got back to that a little bit. And it's pleasing to sort of hit a little bit of form going in towards the tail end, just to sneak into the finals. And looking forward to the contest today. Yeah,
awesome. Now you made it. Now they're hungry to achieve what they can actually do, and how good you were in the start of the season. Another question for you. You played Rostrevor just 3 weeks ago. How do you prepare for a match that you've just played not long ago? Do you watch any vision, or go back and watch that one in detail, or not really?
Yeah, we definitely go back and look at it and see what they did really well, what we fell away from. Obviously, they got some dangerous forwards up forward, so didn't quite get that done the first time around. So look forward to trying to change that this week. Obviously, with the finals pressure as well, this will be a massive challenge. Damien has the boys going really well. They play a nice brand of footy and play across 4 quarters, which I'm sure Damien's very proud for that. So hopefully stay engaged for the total 4 quarters as a collective, and yeah, hopefully the result goes our way if we play the right way.
Yeah, awesome. One more follow-up question for you there. With the last time you played Rostrevor, you conceded 5 goals and 5 goals twice. You conceded in 1 quarter. Yep. You only got 1 and 0. So how do you stop the momentum when it comes to you, and how do you stop the attacking power of Rostrevor today?
As I say, we sort of left it to too few in those quarters earlier in the year, but hopefully we can rectify that today. Obviously, we don't change too much. We went away from our process a little bit. We're a process-driven team. Hopefully we can keep it in our forward half for longer periods, which will allow us to score, not just letting them score for the whole quarter. So.
Yeah, no, awesome. Back to you, Damien. So what are some of your key players you have off the field on a leadership perspective? We all know about your stars on field, but who off field is maybe a bit underrated, or someone who really helped out the leadership in Division 1?
You're talking about player-driven. I think I wouldn't like to isolate any one particular person, but we have a really strong leadership group. We've had David Arnfield helping us out this year, last couple of years, and really built a strong leadership culture. So we're pretty rock solid on either side of the fence. Everyone is connected and working together, so hopefully that'll hold us today.
Awesome. And a bit of a light-hearted one. Who's the funniest in the dressing room? Who plays the most pranks, or pranks the coaches, and not afraid to be a bit of a banter in the change rooms?
Probably can't go past the weatherman, Darcy Best. He's a legend. He tells us what the weather's looking like, so he gets the boys right, lightens the mood, so to speak. So Darcy for me.
Awesome. And similar question to you, Anthony. Some of your unsung heroes, maybe underrated players in the squad. We know all about Window, Noble, McRae, those summer guys, but who plays their role every week and the coaches love it?
No, we've got multiple guys, probably similar to Damien. We don't sort of put the emphasis on one guy. We're a strong culture throughout the whole club, throughout every grade. So we're trying to succeed in every grade, not just the A grade. And that just because you're a more talented footballer doesn't mean that you're more important playing in a lower grade. So we've got blokes throughout every grade, A's, B's, C's and D's, which is pleasing that they're all in the finals. Yeah, so there's no unsung heroes, but yeah, we got plenty, just like Damien said, that play their role also on and off the field. So yeah, very strong in the culture part of it as well.
Awesome. And last one, we'll make it quick. Who is most likely to forget their boots coming into the game day, and they're like, oh, forgot my boots at home?
Probably the co-coach, Alex Galotto, I reckon. He's always checking his bag 2 or 3 times, but he's probably most likely to forget his boots.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks a lot for joining us, both of you. We appreciate it. Good luck for today's game, and hopefully the best team wins. Other than that, we'll throw to the break. We'll be back after these messages.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Do or die. That is the recipe for Rostrevor or Sacred Heart Old Collegians in this mouth-watering elimination final at Campbelltown Memorial Oval today. We have a rising Rostrevor taking on Sacred Heart team seeking September salvation after a couple of years of squandered opportunities. Myself, Jack Banwell, and Adam Jeffries taking you through the action today on Matchday Live. Adam, welcome. It's finals time. How good?
Yeah, I'm excited. I said in the pre-match, two pretty good teams being elimination final, aren't they? Like I said, both teams, particularly Sacred Heart, early in the season would have had premiership aspirations. It feels like a long way away when you've got to win 4 finals, but get through today can open up. But today's the tricky one, isn't it? So it's going to be a great game.
Certainly agree. Thanks to our sponsors today and every single week for the Matchday Live broadcast. High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ORTC, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archies, and of course Filming Footy, where you are retrieving this live stream today. As we look at the final round ladder of the Division 1 season, and it's Port District on top, Golden Grove second, and St. Peter's in third. They're taking on each other at Harpers Field currently, and there's actually been a halt in play due to an ambulance on the bottom oval in the B grade match seeking some peace and quiet. So they've had to halt proceedings there midway through the first term, but we turn our attention today to 4th versus 5th, and you can't separate them. Only by 3%, Adam. 12 wins, 6 losses for both teams.
Yeah, pretty amazing ladder, really, isn't it? Even 12 and 6 would normally get you into the 2 and 3 bracket as well. I coached the season in Division 1 with 11 wins and finished second one year, so that was, 12 wins, 5th spot. You've had a great season, but you find yourself in an elimination final. Obviously, a few struggles at the back this year. Salisbury North had a pretty good season as well to finish 6th, just fell off last week.
As we look at Rostrevor and their run home into September, and it was the litmus test for them. They faced the top 5 sides in Division 1 and they come out on top, 3 wins and 2 losses, with both those losses, as you can see there, by a solitary kick and a couple of great wins against their competitor today and the reigning premier, where we were here last week, and they finished really strongly against Port District.
Yeah, Rostrevor, very impressive. Like I said, the top 5 teams combined losing margin of 10 points, some big wins there. I think what Rostrevor have, Jack, is they're just very even, and they've got a coach that's been coaching this competition for a long time. Even performance, no weak links, every line's strong. That's why I think they're hard to beat. Even when they lose, they don't go down by a lot, do they?
He's a very measured operator, isn't he, Damien Boots?
Yes, he is. I've coached against him a few times, and yeah, he's well regarded as one of the better ones going around.
Sacred Heart, boy, what an up and down season for the Shockers. They come in with premiership aspirations, as you touched on, and they had to do it the hard way. They just snuck into 5th on the final day of the season with a fantastic away win, 81 points to the Hawks. They failed against Rostrevor a couple of weeks ago. They got the job done over the Spockos 2 weeks ago by 10 points. So, goodness me, a bit of a yo-yo season for Sacred Heart, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, they came out of the box. Were they 6 and 0 to start the season?
They were.
I think they were, yeah. And I called a couple of their games early in the season when it was nice and warm and dry, and some of their ball movement was unbelievable. They'd soak up pressure in their defensive 50, and then they'd just go bang, bang and score in the blink of an eye. So that's part of their game is very impressive. They're very deep in the midfield. They've got a lot of good midfielders that have to squirt out to flanks and wings, etc. Very well drilled. Guys that have played school football together, Glenelg football together, and now in Division 1 together. So the pretty good handy team for 5th, isn't it? A team that I think potentially could still win the premiership if they can get through today. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe the last couple of seasons where they've finished in the top 3, they've had the double chance, maybe a little bit of pressure, tense, a bit rigid. Now I think the shackles can be released for them. They can play some free-flowing footy with no expectations or real pressure on them.
Yeah, sometimes being the underdog can be a good thing. So we'll see what they produce today.
Rostrevor team lineup today, and they are unchanged, of course, in finals in the Adelaide Footy League. You get the extra on the bench, so coming into the team today is Jake Slivak, and he's a handy contributor up forward. A little hybrid type, so he'll be lively with the conditions that we've got today. So for Rostrevor, who are some of the names that jump out onto the page? You got Tommy McCormack, Finn Wakeland and Lanzoni. They're kicking heaps of goals. Who else stands out?
Yeah, I always found it strange when I was coaching, when you went to 4 on the bench, it changes your whole mix and your rotation, but it does cover for some injuries and make sure extra players get a game through the grades too. So I don't mind the rule. Like McCormack's game last week, didn't we? He was really, really good. Second half for him and Lanzoni were awesome. They were quiet in the first half, but when you're playing deep forward in Division 1, that can happen sometime. I do love Tramfer. I think he's a really, really good player. He's an underrated player in this competition. He gets underneath the opposition's skin, gets the hard ball for his team. They've got a lot of good users on the outside, so keep an eye out for him. Dawson, really good game off half-back as well last week.
Did forget to mention in the intro that we do have the wonderful Jad Gosson on the boundary today, and he is taking you through the coin toss. Take it away, Jad.
Yeah, so Simmons doing the coin toss now. Obviously, Sacred Heart got 2 captains, but it is Clayton Simmons. He wins the toss, kicking to the left of screen, and conditions down here, it's pretty windy to the left, to the right of your screen, so it's very interesting to see that Simmons went to the left. It is no rain. It rained a tiny bit just a second ago, but it's cleared up now. Hopefully the rain stays away. And the conditions in the middle are very, very muddy, so it's going to be interesting to see how that develops. We had a game on here just a bit earlier as well, so keep an eye on the mud in the middle of the ground. But other than that, two cracking teams here, and it's both of them are really keen to get a good win here and, of course, avoid elimination. Back to you guys.
Very well done there on the boundary. Thank you, Jad. Just touching on that again, it is the Shockers kicking to the left of screen. And that muddy cricket pitch last week, it was like concrete, Adam. So I think that could be a benefit for both teams today.
It was super hard in there last week. Now super soft. A lot of rain this week in Adelaide.
As we look at the Sacred Heart, the away team, their lineup, one change for them. Tyler Kelly comes out of the team today and 2 people come in with that extra man. Brinkworth comes in to fill in a hole down back, And the name that jumps out to me, Ben Moroney. It's his first game since round 16. Come to the club this year. He's had a sensational year. In the 10 games he's played, 12 goals and 7 times in the best players. So look for him to get up the ground, take plenty of marks, I think.
Yeah, they've got a dearth of midfielders, haven't they? Like I said, look at that team. There'd be 10 guys you could throw to a starting midfield for a lot of other teams. But they've got good players in the spine as well, haven't they? Again, we might talk about moments. Who's going to score the goals for them today, Jack? That'll be the interesting one for Sacred Heart.
I think it's a day of smalls today. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they're resting. They'll rest their mids in the forward line. That's why guys like Window, Moore need to go to work. We've seen Clayton Simons drift forward from the wing and kick a few bags this year as well, surprisingly. I think he kicked 7 in one game from a wing as well. So he does like to gut run forward as well. And we'll see if LaCorne can take some big clunks as well as Coach Carlotto, who's always that bailout kick. And when Carlotto gets the footy, he's one of the best kicks for a big man in the competition.
Yeah, Clayton Simons, a 7-goal haul against Broadview earlier in the end. He's also got a bag of 4, so there's a couple of big bags for him. The last 3 meetings between these two sides, and to go back to 2015 for their first one, and Rockers got it done by 127 in Div 2, but this year in their 2 meetings, it's been all Rostrevor, and it's only been because of a couple of quarters in round 7. In round 7, Sacred Heart conceded 5 goal to zip in the 3rd quarter. That's where the game was won and lost. And in their most recent clash in round 16, it was Rostrevor 8 goals to 2 in the second half, which saw them run away 38-point winners. Finals, it's a different ball game, isn't it, Adam?
Amazing you had to go back 10 years to find another clash between these two sides. Probably didn't think of that. Sacred Heart spent a lot of years in Division 2 before they come up to Division 1 in the last couple of seasons. I think it'd be a close game today, though. I can't see a 6 or 8 goal margin. Crazy things can happen, of course. But I don't see both teams kicking a massive cricket score. I think it'll be one of those classic 10 goal to 8 finals. And sometimes I'm a bit boring when I say this, Jack. Sometimes just goal kicking accuracy is what gets the job done here. 10-8 to 8-10. Who's going to kick accurately? Who's going to take those moments?
Well, in both meetings, it was Shock 6-12, 5-11, and Rocks kick straight 12-7 and 11-9. So
there you go. Yep.
That's exactly what you're talking about there. And some of the better players in those games, Carlotto and Agnew featured. Best, Wharton and Wakeland in both of those games had great games. McCormack got on the goal, so did Lanzoni and Wakeland. And Clayton Simons got on the end of a couple as well. Your final thoughts here, Adam? We're only about a minute away from the bounce. What's your key battles that you're looking out for today?
Oh, it's a big midfield battle, isn't it? Both teams, really stacked in those areas. But it's not about just the pure clearance. It's about pressure and creating turnovers and scoring from those turnovers. It's very difficult in finals to move the ball from defensive 50 to inside 50. Teams are so well structured. Defensive skills are at their high. When there's no tomorrow, this is when players dive across boots. This is when they chase from behind when they can't get there. You don't always do that during the season, so the pressure's high. Got to get a quick kick on the boot, make sure your forward structure's in good nick early to take some of those early chances. For mine, I think Rostrevor at home, 6-point edge, but I won't be surprised if Sacred Heart get the chocolates either.
Looks like we've got Carlotto at full forward with LaCorne and a few of his crummers down at his feet. Connor Gluyas coming into the team, kicked 5 last week. So did Henry McAuliffe and Cam Keel. He played a couple of good games against Port District earlier in the year. So plenty up on the left of screen for the Shockers. And who's down at the front end for Rostrevor there? You've got Tommy McCormack. Finn Wakeland, of course, took a nice hanger last week.
Will he go for another one today, Jack? Every week he flies for those hangers.
I pumped his tyres up pre-game. I said, another hanger from you? And he said, yeah, let's hope. So it'll be interesting. An interesting battle that looks like it's going to be down at the Rostrevor forward line is Lanzoni with Darcy Gluyas. He likes to rebound Gluyas, so wonder if that's a hard tag or not. We'll have to wait and see. Finals footy here on Filming Footy. Butterworth and Noble in the ruck for their respective teams. The umpires plucked out a free early doors, and it's going to the bone crusher, Bo McRae. First foray forward for Sacred Heart. Carlotto with the jukes out. Slips through, run down. Hunter Window. 55 from home, pumps it to the hot spot. Butterworth, great job in the hole, brought it to ground. McAuliffe tried to run through Butterworth and holding the ball.
Yeah, good start. Window, that's the type of stuff we're talking about in the pre-match. That's the pressure that's not always there during the season. Great chase.
Rostrevor trying to rebound, good spoil. Agnew over the line, and the Sacred Heart teammates are getting around him. So pressure's up. Early doors.
I like what Window did as well. Just wheeled and got it into the hot spot, Jack. You can't be taking those little short 50-50 passes early in the game when the pressure's up. Get the ball in deep, lock the ball in your forward line. Good start for Sacred Heart.
They've set up well behind the ball at the moment. Got one guarding the corridor. Noble with a funny looking hit out off the ankle.
Interesting. Agnew, as the spares come up really close to this stoppage. I wonder if he's tempted to go back 20 and just create a +1 behind the ball here. Plays that role like Joey Haynes last week. Agnew can be that sweeper, loose player for Sacred Heart. A lot of experience. Agnew as a halfback flanker.
Butterworth just missed his hit out there. Wharton off the deck. Agnew cleaned it up. Top of the square now. Over a lot of players' heads, and Best sees that one into the point post, and he'll take the kick in. No concerns of sunscreen for the Red Nuts out there today, like last week with Joey Haynes, hey Adam?
Nah, very overcast. Some poked through before, but I think the clouds aren't going away.
Tom McDermott, excellent work there to get a spoil in from Darcy Best's inbound kick, and it's at the top of Sacred Heart 50 once again, so 2 minutes on the Kieran Haikitsu scoreboard, no score. All Sacred Heart, early doors. Ethan Moore, quick hands. Will Mead in the long sleeves. So is Paddy Dawson, your man, Adam, in the long sleeves as well. Ball's come to ground, slipped through Baldwin's mitts. Agnew mops up. McRae inboard, great kick. Hildyard, I like the look of him. He's a hard-running wingman, about 60 from home. Strolls into 55. I'll tell you what, this could carry. Good spoil.
I wonder if it's a bit windy down there, Jack. I thought he was aiming to the left side of the forward. I think it was Lacornia there. The ball went to his wrong side, but the breeze may be drifting that. A little bit of a wasted opportunity there just to get touched on the goal line early. Love to see that ball go to 15, get that competition at the top of the square.
Looked like it did travel that extra 2 or 3 metres, didn't it, with the wind?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on at the coin toss there. It's hard from up here, but may have a slight little wind advantage. And Agnew already mopped up 2 balls and repeated back inside 50, so a good start for him as we see a turnover,
Danger.
Jack.
Excellent by Hildyard. He's on the end of a handball. Squaring ball. Come to ground. Simons and Carlotto are there for shocks. So's Gluyas. Ball doesn't get out. What does the umpire see? Holding the ball. That's a bit stiff on Gluyas. What do you reckon?
A lot of numbers around that ball. But see if Rostrevor can clear the 4 inside 50s to 0. They just cannot get the ball. Not even to halfway. They can't clear their half-back line at the moment. Sacred Heart got a big wall. Great pressure to start.
Important mark there by Lim to hold on, relieve a bit of pressure. They're about 80 from home now. So they're a couple of kicks away, Sacred Heart. Rostrevor still yet to foray into their half. Butterworth. Noble wins that one down for the Shockers. Winto, kick smothered. Moore. Got a handball out just. Not quite, said the umpire, holding the ball.
Been consistent, but a lot of holding the balls to start this game. Good tackle by the ruckman, especially on the smaller midfielder, well done by Butterworth. It's probably more of a ground level player than an aerial player, but that's a great tackle by him.
Yeah, he was absent in round 16, and they got absolutely taken to the cleaners through the middle of the ground. So big in there for Rostrevor against Bradley Noble and Kai Lotto. I think the hit-out count was something like 55 to 30 or something like that in that game, so they took full advantage. Didn't help him on the scoreboard though, did it? Wharton, head over it, comes to ground. Lim coming through. Plenty of players around this contest. It takes a soccer kick to get it out of the area. Well mopped up nearly by Mead. It's come to McAuliffe. They've got one out the front, and that's Simons. Well taken on the half volley. Not his best effort inside 50, but this could work. Kyle Lotto's first there. Does he get a soccer? He does! And Sacred Heart are away. 1-1-7. Yet to score, Rostrevor, yet to get inside their forward 50.
Yeah, it's 5 inside 50s to 0 thus far. They got the first centre bounce clearance, Sacred Heart, and the ball has not left their half of the field. You can see there, Kai Lotto, the advantage. He's a ruckman really by trade, but his speed to get out the back and great composure, just protected the drop of the ball and got the soccer on the ground. I like what Simons did too. Just get the ball inside 50. They've started this game really, really well. That's pressure around the ball. That's not mucking around with the ball. Just get it in. Deserved that first goal, Sacred Heart. Great start to the game by them.
Even started from that soccer kick away from that scrimmage, didn't it? Just got the ball going Sacred Heart's way, so no frills for them today, it looks like.
And 4 midfielders to the bench, so they're going to keep fresh legs running through that ball all day, Sacred Heart.
Who's the second brigade in there now? Moore, looks like Window. Can't quite see that number for the other man. Wharton, head over it. Umpire pays free for high, and it's play on advantage. Butcher has an absolute paddock to run into. Plenty of options. Puts it to McCormack's advantage. Doesn't quite get to him. Gluyas did well to mop up. Ethan Moore clears. And all on his own is Eddie Pedler. Looks like a lively type. Good mark. Back off his mark quickly. So a bit of tempo footy here for the Shockers. Cam Keel.
There's a risky ball.
Yeah, very. Josh Schutt's got good jukes. He won't drop too many of those today. That's also a little bit of a risky ball in the mud, but found Baldwin. And working for him is Charles Kemp to a 2-on-1. Great jukes. He's got good jukes for a small, doesn't he, Charles Kemp?
Yeah, he took some really good marks last week, didn't he?
In the Wakeland direction, and this could fall in his lap. The spare man coming across, excellently done. Fell to Agnew, and he cleared, and Gluyas takes it on the knee slide. Another pressure relieving mark. So we saw one from Lim for Rostrevor. They're going to be important today. What a great kick there. Come off the instep. Does the boundary line beat them all? It does. A good follow-up pressure there from Gluyas, making amends for his mistake.
Yeah, good follow-up there. But again, early in the final, I'd be going long. He's got LeCornu and a 1-on-1 down the line. Like I said, Butterworth's not a massive intercept marker, so I'll be backing my tall forwards to get the job done. Go to him early.
Gluyas tries to clear, kick smothered. Got a handball out, did Butterworth. It's with Wharton. He arches the back into 50. James Wharton. It's a tumbler. Just falls before Tommy McCormack. Wakeland mops up. The big guys getting it done on the ground. Butcher now. Time to steady and find. Looks like Baldwin.
Great kick by Butcher. He's been good at that this year. We caught him early in the season. He's a guy that when he gets the ball at 60 metres, he doesn't just blaze, Jack. He lowers his eyes and always puts a little kick to advantage. Looks simple on the vision, but that's what sets a player a class above. So good kick by Butcher inside. We saw them struggle early in front of goal last week, didn't they, Rostrevor? They won't want to get down in this game like they did last week. They were able to fight their way back, but they need a straight shot early. Just steadied in the last couple of minutes.
Baldwin now. Saw him kick nearly goal of the year in round one. We're right behind this on Filming Footy. Can he get there first? It's fading through. That's the start they would have wanted here. Rostrevor absorbed a bit of pressure, and they've got their response.
Yeah, well done. That's exactly what they needed. Like I said, it looks simple. There's a little bit of a gusty wind here today, and you can see that ball drift a little bit, but that's early shot on goal they need. They've had the last three inside 50s, Rostrevor, and they've just settled into this game nicely. A couple of clearance wins, a couple of sloppy short passes from Sacred Heart really have caused the ball to stay in their end, and again was a Butcher with it, just lowered his eyes, set that goal up. That's a great play by him. Well done to Rostrevor.
Jad, down on the boundary, what have you got for us, mate?
Yeah, great atmosphere down here, plenty of crowd up and about, and you can hear the benchers yelling. It's definitely a finals feel and a finals intensity down here on the boundary, and a great contest early on in this one.
I love it. We'll get back down to you later on with some key matchups, mate. Keep your eyes peeled. Great work. It's with Butcher now, taken high. So a couple of involvements here for Connor Butcher. Same story as last week, played really well. Just missed Boxer, who was lunging forward. Follows up with a strong tackle. And he's going to be rewarded holding the ball.
Umpires are hot on it today, so which is fine. They've been consistent, but as a player, you've got to know that it's coming now. And we do get the best umpires at this time of year as well.
Can Wakeland fly? He does! Couldn't get it on the second grab. Sacred Heart, can they repel? They're trying to. With his head taken off was Cooper Brinkworth by Wharton. And he earned the free. Umpire comes steaming in to make sure nothing else happened.
Let's see if they try the risky ball up the middle. He's gone for it.
Goodness me, how does this land? Dewhurst and Sanderson, work it out between you both. Moore, Dewhurst. Not many of them want it. Found its way to Ned Brooks. But the umpires found a free before that.
So you can see every time Sacred Heart get the ball at half back, they do not want to go up the line, do they? They want to take a risky ball in the midfield. Caution to the win. Turn it over, you score against. You get through, you score yourself. Let's see what happens.
Moroney with a 60-metre punt. Just through Pedlar's hands, but he's sharp enough on the ground, and he was taken without it. So from defence to offence in a flash here. They've got McAuliffe in a one-on-one, top of the square. Got Butterworth in the hole. His direct number, Kyle Lotto's got it. 70 out, launching a high ball. LeCornu flies and holds on. Darcy LeCornu.
I was just about to say, Carlotto's the guy in that position. You don't want the ball in his hand, you want him competing in that space, but LeCornu came out and took a really, really good mark. That'll be good for his confidence. Can he avoid the commentator's curse? Normally a pretty good set shot from this range, Jack, but we'll see what happens here. slight breeze going across the ground, so it was tricky on that initial ball drop.
Looked like it faded left to right, so he's going to have to hit it left goalpost. Darcy Lacornu knows where the big sticks are. Had his injury troubles, only played 4 games this year, got 9 goals on the season. Lumbers in, Darcy Lacornu. And it's 6-pointer. 7-point ball game.
Yeah, good start for the 2 tall forwards for Sacred Heart. They play pretty small up there. It's really just Carlotta and Lacornu and smalls around them, but both the big fellas have got a goal early, and that'll be good for their confidence. When you're a tall forward, an early goal in the first quarter can do wonders for your day. It just makes you feel good when you're jumping for the next contest. It was a good contested mark. They were disappointed, Rostrevor. They had numbers back. They'll feel like they should have got a spoil on that ball, but well done to Lacornu. Good settling goal. Like I said, Sacred Heart took the risk out of the back line, didn't they? Got through on that occasion. If they can avoid the turnovers, they'll score plenty.
Wakelin in the ruck and Carlotto, so a bit of a ruck change for both teams. Umpire found a free for Sacred Heart, and Carlotto took the advantage. Nobles resting at full forward on Swanbury. Lacornu with a strong tackle. Dumps him into the turf. Right in front of the Kieran Hayaketsu scoreboard.
You can see the advantage again of Carlotto. I know there's an advantage there, but at ground level, he's the one that gets the clearance after doing the ruck work. Very good ground level player for a big man.
And what a luxury. You got Bradley Noble in the ruck who can make things happen. Has it kept in? It has kept in. It's off Gluyus's ankle. Umpire says all clear. And that was Eddie Pedler.
Love to get a replay of that up if we could. Again, Rostrevor will be disappointed not to spoil that ball through. Left too much room at the stoppage. I think it was McAuliffe got the initial snap, given too much room. Looked like Lacornu actually tapped that back cleverly on the replay there, Jack. Well done to him. I thought Rostrevor should have rushed it through. Looked like Lacornu, the big fella, actually got up and tapped it back inside the square, which gave his team the opportunity. Smart play by the big fella. It's a good start by Sacred Heart now, isn't it? 7 inside 50s, 3 goals, 1 on the board.
It was very smart on the Dartfish replay. From our wonderful producer Hugo, giving you the best shots on Matchday Live, thanks to Filming Footy. Sacred Heart are away. They lead by 13 points. Rostrevor now, can they counter? Wakelin eventually took it. Tramfer's first involvement. 2 big guys in and amongst it, McRae and Tramfer. Can't wait to see that battle unfold throughout the day. Dewhurst taken with an arm chop. Again, Sacred Heart trying to change the angle. Hey, Adam.
Yeah, they'll always go sideways. Dewhurst will take the percentage and go up the line here. Lacornu with the contest.
Comes to ground. Sacred Heart have representation, and it's Connor Gluyas. Another kick into the turf. McRae helps out with a good lunging tackle. So does McAuliffe. They've worked it well here, Rostrevor. Comes to Mead. Short ball. Hasn't found its target, but...
A little something on behind the play here.
I think Mead got dumped.
Yeah, and I thought they were going to call it downfield, but back to Mead, who I thought Mead had a really solid game last week, didn't he? Yeah, that's a little bit of an in-the-back tackle, we'll call that, Jack.
Will Mead down the line. Good punch by the Rostrevor player, and it fell fortuitously to his teammate. McCormick in a one-on-one. Did well to keep that in front.
He's earned the free kick, I think, McCormick, has he? No, he's against him.
Against him, just shielding the ball position, perhaps.
Not sure about that one. I think that was good body work, but he didn't remonstrate too much, and the umpire right on the scene.
Sacred Heart changed the angle straight away, and Brinkworth held on. It's with Lachlan Peter to Dewhurst now, so the big guy's getting involved. Simons down the line. Got the Dukes out and held on the second attempt. Kemp's in the hole, so's Wakelin, so's Murata. So he can't go long, he's got to go short, and that's well worked. Carlotto on the top of the 50, does he have the range?
No, I'm not sure he's got the range here. He's turned his back though, so maybe he's going to have a ping again. He's the coach, he knows the rules, but he won't want to get this ball spoiled on the line. Here's a very good short pass as well, Carlotto, so see if he just starts his eyes at the last minute here. But he's had a very good start to the game, the coach, hasn't he? He's pretty steely. You could see pre-match he wanted to have a big game for his club today.
Alex Carlotto, right on 50. It's going to fall short. The Rostrevor players spoil each other, so it's alive for the Shockers. They wanted holding the ball, didn't get it. Simons come through and got his head ripped off, and he's going to have a shot on goal.
Yeah, I think Carlotto pulled that kick smartly, actually, so we speak a lot about not getting... And we've got a 50-metre penalty or 25. Clever play by Sacred Heart. You may as well have a go at that because all they're going to do is give it away. Probably not smart play by Rostrevor, though. Make him take the set shot from 30 on the angle, Jack. Now he gets a gimme in the goal square.
It is a gimme, and they're going to be away to a 3-goal lead here, the Shockers. And Clayton Simons will be happy with himself personally there to get on the score sheet and get involved for his side. He's going to need a big day, the captain.
Yeah, this is a really fast start, isn't it? Not too dissimilar to last week where we saw Port Districts kick 4 goals against Rostrevor early, so they haven't settled into this game like they'd like. Sacred Heart have had the better of the clearances and the ball movement and the territory in their 50. And they've found 4 different avenues to goal, different ways of scoring. That free kick for mine looked like it was there, didn't it? He attacked the footy hard, maybe got the one over the shoulder. Umpire has to pay it as soon as he sees the arm there. And yeah, again, Rostrevor, make him go back, kick the nervous set shot from 30 on a breezy day, but he gets it from the goal line. Well done to Simons. He's a good goal scorer for a wingman, isn't he?
The Kieran Haiketsu scoreboard lighting up in this first term. 4-1 for your visitors, Sacred Heart. Jad Gosson on the boundary.
The key matchup you talked about, look out for Steppage. He's on McCall, the top goal scorer, of course, for Sacred Heart. And the other one that you mentioned in the rock, when Carlotto goes in there, they try and use Finlay Wakeland. That could be a key matchup.
Well called. Now the Carlotto's getting involved once again. Best streaming away. Sacred Heart fans not happy in front of us. Gluyas will mop up. They should change the angle because they're queuing up for the switch. Darcy Gluyas, he's a left footer and he put it on the right inboard. I don't mind that from him. Confidence. Transfer off the deck. Straight into Sanderson. Fell fortuitously to his teammate Tom McDermott. Cam Keel's working for him in support. Clever handball over the top. McDermott, neat ball down the line. How does it fall? Through Swanbury's mitts. The 227s go at it. LeCornu gets a handball out. Clever handball forward, Moroney. Keel running onto it. Mowed down, Darcy Best. How does the umpire see it? Holding the ball. They're consistent, Adam.
Yeah, they're consistent. The players will know as long as they call it both ways. Technically, in an AFL game, you could say he had a chance. But that was pretty quick. It was a good tackle. Took an arm, so he couldn't get the handball away. Smart play by Moroney. You don't want it to make him go back. Lock the ball on your front half.
It's stiff. They're consistent, but it keeps the game in flow as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't mind it. I think you're going to see that more in the AFL next year. You're going to be rewarding more tackles, get some free kicks paid.
Another back half turnover for Rostrevor. Can Sacred Heart take full advantage again? With a one-handed pick up there was Pedler.
They've got a real trouble here, Rostrevor, haven't they? Clearing the ball past their half-back line. They've got a pretty high press up, Sacred Heart. They want to use the short pass, but you're kicking into so many numbers, Jack. So they've just got to go long, get a contest, and win that ball on the ground.
That's exactly what Swanbury does. How does it fall? Big golden fist. I think that was Agnew.
So it's 11 inside 50s to 5 now, Sacred Heart's way. So they're right on top here with field position.
It's right in the direction of boundary rider Jad Gosson, right in the thick of it down there. He's loving it, getting the videos for TikTok. Noble wins the tap down, coming through McDermott. Got a handball out. No, said the umpire. James Wharton.
Their tackling has to be on point, doesn't it, so far, Rostrevor? Because just getting beaten to the ball a little bit.
Second to the footy. Currently, just ticking into red time here in this first term. That's audacious. It wasn't well executed, but luckily for Hayden Swanbury and Jackson Thomas, it was not a turnover.
It's a bit of a repeat of last week, isn't it, Jack? We saw this early from Rostrevor, nervous with their ball use out of the back, but they backed themselves, they backed their game styles. We see another turnover here, and they're out the back.
With time, Pedler.
Like I said, it's easy from up here, but like I said, I think when you're under the pump early, like I said, Sacred Heart don't have a lot of height down back. They're not going to intercept the ball. Tap's not there anymore. He was a guy that used to do that. I don't understand when you're under pressure early in the game, go up the line, get a boundary throw in, reset your forwards. They keep going for the short passes. Great ball use there by McDermott, though. Easily.
He's a nice kick.
Yeah, he's a nice kick. Can easily blaze there, but he just lowered his eyes, set up a shot from goal.
Sir James Moody right behind this on Filming Footy. Eddie Pedler for his second in the first term. Calls a beautiful kick from the crowd, and that's why. Eddie Pedler with 2 early ones, and Sacred Heart have 5.
Yeah, it's a pretty big start now, isn't it? They need to centre clearance and lock the ball in their front half. Rostrevor, like I said, but again, the beauty of last week's result for Rostrevor is they won't panic in this situation. Jack, it was exactly the same last week. Port District's kicked the first 5 of the game, but they are in desperate need of just a steadier before quarter time. But well done to Sacred Heart. They're on top at the stoppage. They're on top with their ball movement, their front half pressure game, and they're kicking accurately in front of goal too, which is huge for them. They've had 2 inaccurate games against Rostrevor this year, haven't they? Not so far, 5-1.
You got clearance numbers there?
No, just the centres 3-2 in favour of Sacred Heart.
Noble holding on James Wharton or Xavier Transfer. They're both raffling it. They must have both been getting held. So it's going to be 3-0 in the set of clearances. Wharton inside 50. Boxes underneath it. Lanzoni slaps it forward. Good tackle, Slivac into the team today. Transfer on all 4s. Plenty of players on all 4s. Doesn't go too far. Adam, to me, I know we're saying that it's a similar story to last week. Rostrevor were getting to the ball a fair bit more, though, last week. It feels like Sacred Heart are first to the ball.
I agree with Sacred Heart. The scoreboard was similar last week, so Rostrevor won't panic. They were just butchering the footy, but Lanzoni's out the back here. We'll be disappointed. I said that's that settler, but yeah, you're right. Rostrevor had a lot of the ball early last week and just butchered the football going inside 50. This week they're butchering the football coming out of the D50. So few concerns for Coach Boots early in this game. Generally, I know it's a long way to go, but you don't want to get too far behind in a low-scoring elimination final, do you?
22.5 minutes in this first term. Thanks to our sponsors for the broadcast today and the other game, of course, happening at Harpers Field. High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ORTC, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archies, and Filming Footy, where you are receiving this live stream on YouTube. Thanks to Filming Footy. Ball in dispute on centre wing on the outer side. Hacked forward for Sacred Heart. Swanbury mops up. Gee, Connor Gluyas was in an absolute paddock if that fell to a Sacred Heart player. He was streaming towards goal. And he still could be involved here because Rostrevor have turned it over once again. McRae, Chisler. Does Keel get there before Thomas? He doesn't, but he lays a good tackle. And the ball's come loose. Great work by the Sacred Heart Smalls. Kai Lotto off one step. Butcher. That's smart play by the young man.
Again, Rostrevor, though, the short inside 45 kick, turnover, back inside 50 for Sacred Heart, who are applying magnificent pressure to start this game.
Shoot's going to fly from 3 deep. Doesn't touch anyone's hands. And coming through is Ned Brooks. Kemp off his toes. Clean pick up to a 2-on-1. Lanzodi's got to bring it to ground. And Rupert Peake held firm. Miss Dewhurst with the switch. He's put him under pressure. Boxer fell in his lap. Jet Boxer snapping ball from 50. How does it bounce? It bounces through. Nathan Lyon watching on from above, spun that one home.
That's the break that Rostrevor needed, isn't it? Like I said, Sacred Heart had the numbers, went for the switch, ball hit the ground. Well done to Boxer. That's a fantastic goal. Just what his team needed. They're under the pump, but an individual bit of brilliance really causing the turnover.
Look at this.
Struck the tackle, and he just got the most brilliant bounce that you could ever want. But well done to Boxer. Just dodged a bullet there, Rostrevor. They'll be feeling good about that. If they can get a centre clearance now, get the ball at their front end for this last couple of minutes, that Coach Boots can regroup his team at quarter time. Well done to Boxer. Great goal.
That is why we love that oval-shaped footy, Adam. It can do all sorts of crazy things. So the Kieran Haiketsu scoreboard lighting up. 7 goals in this first term. Wharton got a kick away. Only as far as Tom McDermott coming across from that wing.
Been prominent early, McDermott, hasn't he? They're very strong on the wings. Sacred Heart, like I said, a lot of guys that could be inside midfielders. McDermott, Simons, very good footballers.
Agreed. Eddie Pedler had a good start to this game. 2 goals in the first term. They want to go inboard. There's plenty of players open, but doesn't quite want to bite something off late in the quarter. Kailotto from 3 deep. Keel off hands. Run down by Murata. Didn't get a handball out in time, holding the ball.
He almost did shrug that tackle, didn't he? He got the handball out late, but again, consistent for both teams. Umpires hot on the holding the ball today.
Murata, no frills type of player. Played 50 games last week. Congratulations to him. Lim off hands, 1-on-1. It's Wakeland for Rostrevor. He flies. Transfer coming through, just ran past it slightly. Wharton and Kemp collide, but they're both up and they're all good. Ethan Moore with a wrestling move, holding the ball on Ryan Lim.
And we got a 25-metre penalty as well for, I think, dropping the ball down, not returning it on the full, which just relieves the pressure a little bit. Bang.
Two tough nuts, Kemp and James Wharton. Ethan Moore down the line for the Shockers. Lecornu found himself slightly uncontested. Maybe he was a bit surprised, didn't hold on.
Just got the spoil in it, just the last second. Lecornu's body work and then launch was really, really impressive. Last exit for Rostrevor was better though, wasn't it? They went long, they got the contest up the line, they got the front and square players, and they got the ball inside 50. Something to have a look at in the second quarter.
Keel, clever handball forward, getting a bit of territory. Gluyas, harassed over the line. What does the umpire say? Throw it in. Jad Gosson on the boundary.
Just want to shout out Cameron Keel. You've mentioned him a few times there. He's been putting the pressure on. He's been really pressing up and also getting in fights on and off the ball, really trying his best for his team out there.
Agreed. Been sensational in this first quarter, as have you, mate. You got some fans down there behind you?
Yeah, plenty of fans here. They're all supporting different teams. You want to say quickly, go Rostrevor?
Go Rossi!
Plenty of Rocks fans. It is a home game here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. 27 minutes gone in the first term. Lanzoni says, if no one can get it to me, I'll get it myself. Boxer. Was Jet Boxer. And that is right on quarter time. What an entertaining first quarter of finals footy action here on Filming Footy. It's your away side Sacred Heart who have just snuck into the 5. They're looking like they might be doing some damage. They lead by 18 points at quarter time.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again.
It's usually me. My HEC stat doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Just down here for the quarter time break, listening to both huddles. and a very interesting message from both of them. Sacred Heart, they're very, very happy with their pressure. They said that was really intense and they want to just keep that up. Also, when they're kicking down the line, just to go off that line a little bit, and that has been rewarding them and they want to keep it up. As for Rostrevor, a bit of work for them to do in this quarter. They ended well and they're happy with that ending. They just want to make sure when they push up the field, they don't leave gaps behind. But overall, both coaches have a bit of work to do and a very interesting quarter coming up.
We certainly do. It's Sacred Heart who are off and running here in this elimination final. They kicked 4 out of the first 5, and then Rostrevor hit back with a late goal in that first term, which was all important to Jet Boxer. Take a look at that one on the Dartfish replay. Adam Jeffries, how did you see that first quarter? It was high entertainment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's an entertaining game of football, but let's not lie. Sacred Heart are well on top here, 14 side 50s to 7. Boxer got the lucky goal late. If they didn't get that little leg break, they'd be down 5 goals to 1 and a long way back. But I think Coach Boots would be pretty happy that the quarter time siren went and he can just reload his troops. He did a great job last week and they were able to fight back. So this game's not over, but Sacred Heart, if Coach Carlotta could draw up a first quarter of the things he wants, he got them. He got the centre bounce working. He got unbelievable pressure from his players. He's got fresh midfielders. They're using their 4 interchange players, Jack. They've got fresh guys on and off. So they've got a lot of intensity with their defensive pressure. The defenders did a good job when the ball did come in and their forwards looked dangerous. So great start by Sacred Heart. Great play by Boxer. He sort of took a great mark on the siren, the lucky goal before then. And that was exactly what Rostrevor needed, just to hang in there. I think they've got to put away some of the risky kicks, Rostrevor. I know you don't want to kick the ball up the line all day, but you are just feeding into what Sacred Heart wants. They are pouncing on those balls, turning the ball back over. If the inside 50 discrepancy stays at +7 per quarter, it'll be a tough day at the office for Rostrevor. But again, we were talking similar stuff last week, weren't we, at quarter time, and Rostrevor fought their way back and won by 4 goals in the end. So a lot of footy to be played. Just need to win this quarter, Jack. If they win this quarter by a goal or 2, get back to a goal or 2 down at half-time, they'll back themselves in with on their home ground.
A lot of footy still left to be played, that's for sure.
Keep an eye on the matchup. Sorry, Jack, to interject.
Right.
It's McRae on transfer. McRae can be a really good sort of shut-down, tough midfield, and we haven't called transfer a lot, have we? So keep an eye on that matchup. Let's see what 2 bulls going at it there.
We have not. Xavier Tranford will be looking to add another best on ground to his resume this season.
Boundary umpires pulled a free kick there. Not sure.
Paddy Dawson with the handball receive, found Ryan Lim, so that's just the start Rostrevor would have wanted. Maybe it was for an extra inside the centre square, not too sure. Long ball from Ryan Lim, it's come to ground. No one really attacked it.
Just not the kick Wakeland wanted there. He wants to run and jump at the ball. He's just stuck under the high ball. Got to place that ball just 5 metres out in front so we can take those little jump at the ball.
Noble tap boundary side, run into a brick wall of Xavier Tranford.
Now all the players are hot on the umpires, aren't they? Looking for those holding the ball decisions.
Kemp in the ruck against Noble. Won it down again, did Bradley Noble. Kick high up and under. Not sure if that's going to be called a mark. Doesn't matter. It's fell to Lanzoni. Couple of half chances for the skipper. 2 behinds for him today.
Yeah, he's not capable of kicking those miraculous goals, isn't he? That's a tricky snap there. He missed the soccer in midair in the first quarter. He's the type of guy that can explode and kick 3 goals in a quarter pretty quickly, isn't he? So good start for Rostrevor, though. Need to lock this ball in the front half.
Goalless just twice on the season, Stefan Lanzoni. Out of 18 games, it's a fair effort. Multiples in 11 of those as well. So he's been an absolute handful for opposition defences. Down the line, Sacred Heart. Out of bounds.
See if we notice any game style changes immediately. Sacred Heart, no risky kick there, was there? Didn't look in board. Rostrevor well set up. At the very least, you get a stoppage. You can reset your forward line and go again.
Window from the clearance, left foot ball down the line. Well done to LeCornu. Pedler on the handball receive. Eventually found its way to him. Carlotto just fell in his lap. Bit of a pie floater and he held front position and he took full advantage.
Doesn't feel like it's windy up here, does it? But that ball looked like it just dipped at the last minute, didn't it? And the big fella was in front. He had a shot from about 50-51. This will be from about 45, a little bit more in his range. Like I said, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, but here's one of the better kicks for a ruckman big man you'll ever see. He's got a beautiful low ball drop.
Got on the end of one in the first term. It's actually their first goal off the deck Alex Carlotto. This is more regulation. And just faded to the left. Just clipped the goalpost there. So Carlotto through for a minor score. One behind a piece in this second term.
Up the middle we're going with the kick out.
We are. That's by Tulio Di Matteis. Gang tackle there from Mead and Kemp. Well done.
Won't change their game style, will he, Coach Boots? If that's the way they've played all year, worked for them last week's, worked for them all year, got them to 4th and 12 wins. Won't change anything now. We back his players in.
Butterworth over the back, won the tap down. Wharton, another clearance for him. He's had plenty this year. Dangerous. Ooh. And that's 25. Rostrevor players not happy with that.
It was a heavy hit. I thought he was going back to spoil the ball, though. We'll look to see a replay. It was a heavy hit.
It's this kick here.
We'll see on the replay here. He's going back with the flight there. I'm not sure that's a dirty act. McDermott, for me, is a ball player. He's going back to spoil that ball. Unfortunately, might have copped him in the head. Definitely a free kick, obviously, and perhaps a 25, but nothing more than that for mine.
Wonder if it was head or if it was maybe like ribs or just taking the wind out of him. Yeah, he's holding his guts, it looks like.
Which, if he's winded, he
Hopefully
won't feel good
okay.
for 60 seconds, but he'll be back.
Yeah. And that was Tulio Di Matteis. Miskransky's going to come on the ground for him. Short ball, dangerous. It hung up there for an eternity. It was Will Mead's kick. He followed up well. And they are away here.
Great play by Mead. To follow that up, he made the mistake. We went in and won the hard football. Now they'll go inside 50.
Swanbury it is. Kemp just out of his range. Arching the back was Maroney. Moore. Butterworth did well to intercept. Got a handball away. Wharton. He dropped it. Shock fans want ball. Not going to get it. Gluyas now for Sacred Heart. Clever handball through the window to Hunter. And it's with Peter now. Carlotto found by Peter.
He's getting a lot of ball, Carlotto, isn't he? Up the field, he's everywhere at the moment.
Gluyas turns back inside. Wheels onto the right ball. And found its way to Keel. That might have been a bit fortuitous. Played on, come off the mark. So he's gone to the hot spot. With the double fister spoiled. Through McRae's legs, and Dawson cleans it up for Rostrevor. Only momentarily, though. Didn't find McCormack's chest, so it's play on. McDermott on that left, snaps it inside 50. Miskransky. So Rostrevor still looking to change the angles when they can, Adam. When they think it's fast play, it's on. Carlotto with a bit of candy there. Well done by the big man. Turns. And it's just a bit of yo-yo type footy at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, they've caused some turnovers this quarter, Sacred Heart. Rostrevor not changing the way they play, but they haven't made them pay so far, Sacred Heart. So it's a little bit of a stalemate here at the moment, that old-fashioned arm wrestle. The next goal is pretty crucial, isn't it? If Rostrevor get it, she's game on. Sacred Heart get it. It's a pretty handy buffer.
Shoots ball down the line. Was to a contest, and Kemp did well, actually, to fist it, and he got another about 20 metres of territory for his side. Judd Gosson on the boundary.
It's a bit of an injury update there for Di Matteis. He went to the bench and didn't even receive treatment there from the trainer. So I think Adam was right there, just a bit of a, just taking the wind out of him a bit there. But hopefully he can be back on soon for the Rocks.
Good news for Di Matteis and good news for Rostrevor, because they're inside 50, and Bo Baldwin gets a snap away, but Rupert Peake fists it through for a behind.
Let's see what Sacred Heart do on the kick out here. Normally look to go short to the pocket, maintain the ball. Agnew's going to go up the guts. Risky ball.
Straight up the eye, diddle.
Magnificent kick in the end, though, to McRae.
He had to hold on the second attempt, but he held on. That's the main thing. And he sees Carlotto, who's got one hand on the Archies as it stands early in this game. He's been immense for his team. Dewhurst now in the Peter direction. Good fist, Darcy Best.
Yeah, good transition on that occasion by Sacred Heart. Yeah, I think Rostrevor need to start putting some work into Carlotto. I know when I coached against player coaches, the first thing you do is put some body pressure on that player, and he's really just running around doing what he likes at the moment, Carlotto. I'm surprised the lack of pressure being applied to him.
Agnew's rolled up here, so they don't have a spare. And umpire has found holding the ball. So Xavier Tramford's willing himself into this game.
See if he takes a risky inside 45 ball. It's gone short. Found one on this occasion.
He did, and it's James Wharton. He won't back away from anything. He likes what he sees from Josh Shute. It was dangerous. It was him in amongst 4. Found its way to Josh Shute. Kemp's working hard to this near side. Good spoil, Dewhurst. Transfer on all 4s and ridden like a horse. Bo McRae put the saddle on him. But he won holding the ball.
Certainly the rule of the day, isn't it, the holding the ball? But it has been consistent. As long as it stays that way, I've got no problem with it.
So the Bone Crusher doing what he does best. Agnew plays on straight away, straight up the guts. Noble. Good spoil by his opposite number, and Rostrevor can repel. Wakeland brought to ground. What can they do here, Rostrevor? Wakeland not holding the ball because he got a handball away, and Sacred Heart have time here through Dewhurst. He's got to get rid of it. Jet Boxer. That's inspirational when we talk about moments. Could we be talking about that one later on?
Yeah, just didn't feel him coming there, Dewhurst, did he? But Boxer, that's fantastic chase down, isn't it? Absolutely magnificent. I said he had the amazing. Look where he comes from. He just didn't give up. That's a play that doesn't happen during the season. That's a finals play. Now he's needed to slot it home. He kicked a magnificent goal late in the first. Took a really good mark on the quarter-time siren, and now the chase down tackle. So he's one player certainly trying to get his team back into this game.
If we were giving out player of the day today, that certainly could be it. But unfortunately for the players, we aren't. Jet Boxer here, kicked one in the first term. Kicked one from a similar spot last week. He's hung it out to the right. And it's through for another minor score.
It does feel like it's getting darker here as well, doesn't it? So if the rain comes in, Rostrevor will want to have a couple of straight shots on goal soon.
Jad Gosson, how's the weather looking down there?
Yeah, the weather's good. It's not raining or anything like that. But a bit of an injury update once again, this time for Sacred Heart. Charlie Hilliard just getting his wrist looked at. In a bit of pain as well when the trainer's touching certain moments. So hopefully he can come on, but it's not looking good so far for Hilliard.
He's an important player, Hilliard, on the wings, as you spoke about, Adam. One of those guys who could probably play inside as well. Runs hard all day. Bit dark at ground level there, Jad, or...?
Just have to turn my mic on. Yeah, it's a bit dark down here for sure. They might have to turn the lights on soon.
That would be a first. Lights on during a day game. Butcher now for Rostrevor in a bit of trouble. Puts Swanbury under the hammer, but they've done well to get it out momentarily. Good pressure on the kick. Brinkworth, is it in? Is it out? It's out eventually.
Is that a last touch, or did he get a mitt on it? No, last touch free kick, and they'll go back inside.
Did James Moody get a disposal there? Agnew inside 50 for Sacred Heart. It's fell over the back of everyone. Maroney. Big tackle, that's Jet Boxer again.
He's possessed at the moment, isn't he? He's
25.
25-metre penalty as well, so that relieves the pressure, and they should be able to go deep to a Wakeland in a one-on-one here.
They do. He gets the separation, and he gets the fly. Baldwin.
Yes, umpires paid the free kick to Wakeland. That was definitely there. I think his opponent knew he was going to get out-marked and just went the late shove, made the umpire blow his whistle. Don't mind that. Not sure if Wakeland's got this range, though. He struggled on the 50-metre arc last week. You have to really wind up, try and put one through for his team. Hasn't really had a one-on-one yet, has he, Wakeland? We've been waiting for it. He got it there, and because he's such an aerial threat, Jack, he jaws those free kicks, doesn't he? Everyone's worried about the big marks that he can take, so they put extra body work into him, and we saw him earn 3 free kicks inside 50 last week. Again, it feels like it's getting dark and some rain might be approaching, so straight shot for goal here would help. We haven't had a goal yet in this quarter.
We have not. 4 behinds in total, 7 goals in the first term. Can Finn Wakeland change things? Strikes it okay from the top of 50. Hits the woodwork. Good to see that woodwork still intact, not like lethal back in the day, Adam. Kailotto clears for Sacred Hearts. Come to centre wing. Keel with good body work. Sacred Heart fans are very vocal on the balcony. They'd be loving what they see so far in this second term. 12 minutes played, 5 behinds in total in this quarter. It's with the Bone Crusher. He's got Noble drifting into some space. Doesn't quite get there. Maroney, offhand, Simons. Keel worked hard forward and taken high. So he's in the junction. He's going to need to find a leading target, Adam.
He's been good, hasn't he? It's not just his blonde hair that sticks out. He's going and getting the tough footy. He's tackling. His pressure's been unbelievable. And he's hit a short pass inside 50.
Pedler.
Not sure he can score from here. It is a deep pocket down there. It's a tricky shot for goal. He might look to just place this to the top of the square and see if Lacornia or Carlotta can fly at the ball. But if you've kicked 2 in the first quarter, Jack, you might want to have a ping.
Let's see what he does. His eyes look like they're darting. Eddie Pedler hangs it out to the right. It's trying to drift, but it's not going to drift in time. So another minor score. 6 behinds in this quarter. Short ball to the pocket. Game's going through just a little bit of a lull at the moment, isn't it, Adam?
And we'll see the intercept. Yeah, it is. No goals halfway through this quarter. I just saw plenty of free-flowing football in the first quarter.
Agnew back to the hot spot. Who can fly? Comes to ground. Rushed kick. Window. He has a bit of time. Is this his moment? Hunter Window. Marked on the line by your man, Paddy Dawson. As a good defender should. Get back and save one for his side. And DeMatteis is back on the ground. He gets another big hit after he's disposed of it. His ribs are going to be sore tomorrow. Hopefully he doesn't end up like Dave Hughes.
Shout out to Dave Hughes. That's a nasty injury in an exhibition match, isn't it?
Baldwin now. Kicks it to centre wing with the fly. Boxer. He's doing it on the ground, in the air. Goodness me. Didn't get a mid on it that time. Jad Gosson on the boundary.
Starting to rain a little bit here, just very, very lightly, but hopefully for everyone involved it doesn't get more heavy than that. And a bit of an update on Hildyard. He's got his wrist heavily strapped as well as 2 fingers strapped together, so he might be okay to come back out there, but maybe a little bit restricted there.
Yeah, can see through the open glass on the box there at the bench. He looks a bit sore. He's still holding it, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And hopefully Sir James Moody's okay down on the boundary if it does start to get a bit wet. Doesn't want his gear to get wet, or else we can't get you these beautiful pictures on Filming Footy, of course. No goals in this second quarter. Can probably tell with some of the things I've had to mention on the call in this quarter. Here we go. Here's our moment. Boxer. He tried to shrug, and the umpire says ball up. So about 35 from home for Rostrevor. They've probably had most of the ascendancy in this quarter. Haven't put it on the board.
Yeah, no team has. Rostrevor had those inaccurate shots. Next goal is going to be crucial for mine.
It is. Who can get it? Can we get a moment here? Not quite. McDermott. Lim was harder. And he got the handball receive and pumps it to the top of the square.
Is that Wakeland? Is it?
I think it's
no,
Boxer.
it's Boxer again. He is a man possessed, isn't he?
He is a man possessed.
He plays taller than he is. He's got a really good overhead mark. He's got a turn of speed. Really, really courageous mark there going back with the flight. But again, we say it, Jack, what he desperately needs is a straight shot on goal here for his team as we feel like the weather is coming in.
This second quarter's brought what we expected. Tough, tight, in the clinches type footy from both teams. It's exactly what we come accustomed to in finals action. Jet Boxer shanked it. Not even going to make the distance. Through for a minor score. 5 behinds for Rostrevor.
It's a shame, isn't it? Such a good mark. Would have been a real lifter for his team to slot that home. Again, approaching time on of this second quarter. No goals so far.
Window with a nice slips catch. Comes near side to Brooks. Takes some ground and pumps it down the line. Sanderson. Coming across was the Rostrevor player, and they're away here through Lanzoni. 2-on-1 inside 50. That one is McCormack. Agnew did well to chop that off. Good follow-up by the big man.
It's been good, Agnew, hasn't he? Just like I said, he's got all that experience. Just always in the right place at the right time. Good overhead, good on the ground. Saved the mark from McCormick there.
Can Rostrevor finally register a major? Brooks wasn't going anywhere. Off the ball, there's a free kick. I think it's the Sacred Heart. Yep, Darcy Gluyas got dumped behind play. Ned Brooks is going to take the free, though.
A little bit of frustration brewing for Rostrevor, I feel. Like I said, they've probably had the better of this quarter. Sacred Heart have had a few entries themselves, but just haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard. Oh, as we see, one shanked, and that's 6 and out. And someone's hit the deck as well. Need to make them pay on the turnover here, though. It's gone in short.
Lanzoni.
Right man with the ball now, isn't it?
Agreed.
Captain needs to put this through. Bad error there on the turnover. But again, Rostrevor need a straight shot here. We'll back in the skipper, Jack. He's a big moments player.
He certainly is a big moments player. Stood up in the second half last week when his team needed it. And his team needs it now. Finals are built on moments and taking your opportunity. Lanzoni knows how to do that. Strikes it okay. Stefan Lanzoni. Another one.
Just
struck into the woodwork.
Yep.
2 goals, 7. Similar scoreline to what they had last week, to be fair. 6th behind of the quarter. Gluyas to bring it in for Sacred Heart.
We've said this repeatedly. This is where they're struggling just to release the ball. And again, the turnover at half-back. An unwillingness to go long to their tools and just clear the area, looking to maintain possession of the ball. Both teams staying true to their game style, despite the pressure of the finals.
On the top of Rostrevor's 50, it's hacked in there inside. Box up.
Have had the last 5 entries, Rostrevor. It's been a little while since Sacred Heart have gone inside 50 themselves. But again, they haven't made them pay, have they? If they get a goal here, won't be a long quarter either, will it? So just that late goal here for either team.
14 points feels a lot better than... 8 points feels a lot better than 14 points if they can get one. Bring it back to single digits. What does Sacred Heart have to say? Window, he's so clean below his knees. Carlotto, run down. Tramfer. He's building.
Don't want to take that risky ball across the field. I'll be getting it in deep. He's done that. Who's the flyer?
It's McCormack. Or Boxer with the 1 mitt. This one has to go through. He can't shank it from here, can he?
He's an incredible mark, this guy, isn't he? How well is he playing today? Yeah, like I said, even on a day, he just stuck the mid up to make the contest, I thought, and it just stuck on the way down. Don't want to put the pressure on him. He can't hear us, though, but he needs a straight kick here. He was a bit nervous on his last shot, but he's a lot closer this time. Just needs to kick through the football, kick it into the car park, and he'll be fine. Call it home, Jack.
Kick it to the kids that are cheering on the Rostrevor team today. Jet Boxer for his second. Finally, we have a goal in this second quarter, and it goes the way of the home side. We had to wait till red time, but we have a ball game on our hands. 8 points.
Yeah, we do. Like I said, really had the better of this quarter, it feels. They haven't had massive inside 50 discrepancy, but they've had a lot of field position, a lot of turnovers. Was it 1 goal 5? You said they'd kick this quarter.
6.
1 goal 6 for the quarter. So, yeah, thoroughly deserved goal there. On top, now it's a big centre clearance as well, Jack. You want to, Rostrevor, you want to put them under pressure and get the ball in deep again. Sacred Heart mids just need to lift a little bit, get their hands on the footy, get some field position back themselves.
That goal certainly lifted the volume and the decibel levels of the patrons in the balcony here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. 22 minutes gone in this second term. Window with a soccer kick. Gets it going Sacred Heart's way. Through Pedlar's mitts. Back to Window. Got a handball out. Did the Rostrevor player. Coming through. Cam Keel. Eyes them up from 50. It's trying to work back. But it skids through for a behind. 3 behinds for Sacred Heart in this quarter.
It's fantastic play by Keel. He's just, when we tell kids when they're coaching to bodyline the ball, he just went straight through there. Beautiful clean pickup. Shame he couldn't finish it. It was a great pickup.
DeMatteis clears for Rostrevor. Kemp Kemp and Boxer, the
Kemp
hybrids.
and Boxer, yeah. They're no taller than 6 foot, are they, Jack? But they are magnificent above their head.
And it's going in the direction of Boxer. And he
He's got
holds
it again.
on. Surprise, surprise. He's got Tranfer working hard for him. Kick was smothered. Yes, it was. Didn't go anywhere, unfortunately, for Boxer.
They're tricky to match up, aren't they? Apart from McCormick in the square, who's a tall, Wakeland's almost a hybrid. They've got some really good marking players. You put a small half-back flanker on these guys, they've got mismatches, Jack, and that's why they can take those contested marks.
Butterworth wins it for the Rocks. Hildyard in pursuit. Tommy McCormack having a rest on the bench, was looking for him to see if he was at full forward, but that's where he is.
Again, another quiet first half, but we know he bobs up in the second, don't we? So he'll take confidence from that.
Certainly.
Ball stuck on the far side for a while, Jack, as well. You can see Sacred Heart are pretty keen to get some late rotations happening here, but they won't allow a player to leave the stoppage here.
Yeah, a couple of important ones there. Moore and McDermott on the pine. Window trying to clear, but kick was smothered. Umpire circling. And it's holding the ball. That's Ben Moroney. He's another one of those hybrid types of Sacred Heart. He's not an out-and-out big man, is he? He's like Carlotto almost.
Yeah, both teams really don't have big key position lumbering players, do they? Medium types in key positions all across the ground.
This is Pedler. Loved his first half, and he's been rewarded. 2 goals in the first half. Sells a bit of candy. Gets another 5 metres or so. High up and under. Carlotto comes to ground. McRae gets a kick forward. How does it bounce? That oval-shaped Sharon. Don't know what way it's going to go. Great smother. That's Hunter Window, and his teammates will get around him for that one. I've loved his first half too. He's done the tough stuff.
Yeah, that's that finals type of pressure, isn't it? Diving across the boot to keep the ball in your area. Now go Hunter stoppage here and reward yourself for that pressure.
Butterworth wins it and grabs his own footy. Didn't get a kick away though. He was tackled. Kick smothered. Wharton. Clean hands. Lim turns inside and pumps it down the line. Boxer couldn't work some magic on this occasion. Sanderson mopped up. And he sees Keel inside. Doesn't have anyone to the near side though, so he's going to have to go straight up the middle, I imagine. And that is half-time here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. Only the 1 goal to speak of in that second term, and it was Jet Boxer, and it took until the 22-minute mark to find the big sticks for Rostrevor. An even contest. It was 1 goal 6 in that second quarter for Rostrevor. Plays 3 behinds for Sacred Heart. Stick around after this. We have a very special chat with Rostrevor royalty Luke Manuel at half-time, and then we'll have second half action right after that on Filming Footy.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again.
It's usually me. My HEC debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Radio Footy fans, we have a very, very special guest here at half-time of this massive clash between Rostrevor and Sacred Heart. Rostrevor royalty, Luke Manuel. Auto, very nice of you to join us today, mate.
Thank you, Jack. Thanks for being here, mate.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. A couple of years out of the game, obviously a very seasoned campaigner in the A grade, long history with the Rostrevor Footy Club. What do you love so much about the club?
Yeah, really for me, it's a very strong community, and I think being here as a player and now a past player, it's a really great place to be around. Everyone is, I think, very supportive of one another. As you can see, there's always a lot of people supporting, but mainly it's just a really strong club built on integrity, values, and really everything that we value coming through the school into the footy club.
How important was, you obviously went down to Div 2 a couple of years ago. Maybe was that you were getting a little bit older, maybe that was part of it, mate, or?
Yeah, I can say I was part of that team, so you can definitely chuck a bit of blame on me and my mates and our old legs. Yeah, it was a bit of maybe a refresh for the footy club to realise that Div 2 probably not really what we need to be long term, but also a really good change in their guard. I think when we went down, it allowed a lot of young kids to take some responsibility, and 2 years later they've really blossomed and grown into some very special players.
How important was getting up to Div 1 as soon as possible?
Probably our number one goal was to get back up as soon as possible. I don't think it's any disrespect to any club in Div 2 or below, but we really feel like as a footy club that Div 1 is where we belong. Yep. And the boys, coaches, right from the top down, really worked hard to make sure that we could get back to here in the shortest time possible, and in the end it took about 2 years.
What's your role amongst the fellas now that you're not playing, mate?
Not as much as I used to be, mate. I'm more a partial supporter and get out when I can and send them a few messages here and there, but I've probably distanced myself a little bit since I've retired, which naturally happens, I think, when you go from spending so much time here to retiring, but I'm sure at some point in the near future I'll increase my role and get involved a little bit more.
Who are some of those players that you touched on that you sort of nurtured through and they sort of pushed you out of the team almost to hang the boots up?
Yeah, there was a fair few that started to overtake us pretty quickly. Midfielders, there's some terrific talent floating through there. Yeah, James Wharton, Ryan Limbs, real workhorses. Charlie Kent was one that came on and made a massive impact straight away. Obviously, a young forward, Finn Wakeland, who I'm sure everyone's aware of now. I didn't get the pleasure of playing with him, but obviously he's one to watch for the future as well. Plenty more.
James Wharton was a defender back in the day, I hear, and you sort of nudged him into the midfield?
Yeah, he's a half-back flanker turned midfield. I think that was one of our coach's ideas, and he ran with it. And as I said earlier, he started off somewhat slow, but then within a year probably pretty much became the first-choice mid, and I think will remain that way for quite a long time.
Have you had your eye on the other game at Harpers Field?
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye on the score line. There's one particular player, little number 1, running around him. Hopefully he's got on the end of a few and maybe a few little score assists as well.
Let's hope. That's Rostrevor royalty there. Luke Manuel, second half coming up right after this here on Filming Footy.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again.
It's usually me. My HEX debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Yep.
Half-time just coming to a close here on Filming Footy in the do-or-die elimination final between 4th place Rostrevor and 5th place Sacred Heart Old Collegians. And it is Sacred Heart who hold a 9-point advantage. Thanks to our sponsors for the broadcasts today. High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ITC, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archies, and of course Filming Footy, where you are receiving this live stream and the other live stream across the other side of Division 1 this afternoon between Golden Grove and St. Peter's, where Golden Grove do hold a healthy advantage in that one, so we'll be keeping an eye on that one. But we have our eyes firmly locked in on this one because, as we touched on, it's do or die. Winner moves on, loser is out. Adam Jeffries, how did you see the first half as the rain starts to roll in
And it might set in as well, so that'll play a big part in this second half. Sacred Heart had all the running in the first quarter, didn't they? 14 inside 50s to 7, 5 goals to 2, and really one of those goals for Rostrevor was fortunate. But I thought Rostrevor were the better team in that second quarter, particularly late. Sacred Heart had very few entries inside 50s in the last 15 to 20 minutes. Their midfielders not really able to get their hands on the ball, not able to go coast to coast. Thought Rostrevor were well on top, but 1 goal 6 for the quarter, Jack. You know, if they'd kicked 2-4, 3-3, they'd be feeling much better. But I think after the start they had Rostrevor, they said they'd be down 9 points at half time, they'd take it. They've really put the clamps on Sacred Heart for those 5 early goals. Didn't really look like troubling the scorers in the second quarter. They had a couple of long shots from way out, but really didn't take any marks inside 50 or have any set shots from close. So, yeah, it's going to be a big second half. If this rain sets in, it does be interesting to see if the teams put away the short ball, Jack, and go long to contest and crumb that ball.
You'd think so.
They'd have to, but again, both teams are pretty well drilled on taking those short 45s, aren't they? So we'll see what happens in the second half, because one turnover, a goal that goes the other way, can be the stuff that sends you out of the competition this year, or can help you advance to potentially play St. Peter's, not over at the other ground, but looking forward to next week.
We touched on it a little bit before, just how good Rostrevor were in the second half, and where they kicked 2 goals 5 in the second quarter, but it didn't seem to faze them. And I think we might see something similar today from Rostrevor, just how they approach this second half, because they'll be chock full of confidence. They come home with 6 unanswered in the last quarter against the reigning premier of Division 1, and Sacred Heart will know that. They'll be coming out red hot in this second half. Adam, how did you assess both forward structures? It's going to be a bit different in this second half if the weather does stay the way it currently is. A little bit wet, but it was pretty dry. Didn't see much clean ball movement though, did we?
No, we see Carlotta got a lot of the footy up the field. We haven't seen McCormick impact yet. It'll be a small
Wakeland, really?
Yeah, but it'll be one for the smalls if the rain sets in. But both teams have got good small ground level players, haven't they? I think they'll play their tools higher, get a small in the goal square. Good thing for Sacred Heart is I think Carlotta and Lacornia in particular are pretty good ground level players, so they'll be fine.
And Moroni too.
Yeah, so they've got some good ground level players inside 50, as do Rostrevor. So yeah, it'll come down to clearances, territory, accurate goal shooting, Jack, in the second half. Let's see who can do it.
Definitely back to basics in this second half. Finals action here on Filming Footy. Second half coming right up. Keep your streams dialed in on this one. It's going to go down to the wire. Shoot trying to get Rostrevor going, but his opposite number, Darcy Gluyas, the 217s. Didn't go too far from the centre bounce. Noble, another hit out for him. Transfer wheeled himself into the contest in the second quarter. Ethan Moore, another tackle for him. He averages 9 on the year. Ethan Moore loves it. He'll be loving that mud pit in the middle of the ground. So will Beau McRae. Shoot on all 4s. Fell to McRae. Good body work there by Mead. Got it to Transfer, who snapped over his shoulder. Baldwin.
And you can see they've gone boxer 1 out at full forward with McCormick starting on the bench. So I think that's a smart play, but he's gone into the pocket for the easy ball.
Yeah, he did. He found Shoot, who both Sacred Heart players there just lost a bit of body contact, I think, and Shoot had eyes for the footy and fell into his lap uncontested. But yeah, you called it well with Jet Boxer. He's got the hot hand, doesn't he? So maybe make the most of it.
His first half was awesome. Kicked 2 of their 3 goals. Maybe could have had a couple more as well. He was dangerous across half forward, playing deep inside 50, but Shoot now with the football.
He's normally a nice kick, Josh Shoot. He'll kick from 35. He's hung it out to the right, and it's just going to sneak through for a minor score. So similar story to the second quarter. Rostrevor away, with a behind.
Interesting to see what he does, Coach Boots, with McCormack. He has had the quiet first half, but he's had the big second halves in both their 2 previous home matches. So I'm sure the big fella will be itching for an opportunity. We'll see what the weather does and see what Boxer does up at full forward in the next few minutes.
Big kick to a pack of players. Came to Lim. Excellent smother Keel. So he's following up from his good work in the first half, early doors in his 3rd term. And Jad Gosson on the boundary. What have you got for us, mate?
When they ran out for the warm-up, but now it is stopped again. So it's a bit on and off down here, and luckily the rain stopped. Hopefully it stays away.
Let's hope. look in the background there, it looks like it's pissing down in the Adelaide Hills, but we're just about 5 minutes away, so lucky for us as Simons goes inside 50. And that's Swanbury with a great mark.
Been good, the Rostrevor defenders, since that first quarter avalanche, haven't they? They haven't really looked like being scored against.
My bad, that was Stepic with a great mark. And that's Wakeland, so we called the big guys to get involved, and they're trying too early. Transfer turns back onto his trusty left. Does it get to Lanzoni? Oh, it did eventually, because Agnew dropped what he probably could have taken.
On.
And yep, we saw the jumper tug, and so did the umpire. So Lanzoni made something out of nothing there.
Yeah, doesn't make many mistakes, Agnew, doesn't he? Lanzoni's the type of guy that will make you pay if you give him a sniff. Guy didn't take his opportunities in the first half either. He probably had 2 or 3 shots on goal, but he's had a really good season. This will really get the margin back with Rostrevor, only 2 points down. Sacred Heart struggling to score at the moment.
Don't mean to point out the obvious, but this one has to go through for Rostrevor. They've been inaccurate.
Got it.
Snuck it home, the skipper.
Must have been close to the post because there was almost a bit of a remonstration almost, but just inside the post there. And Lanzoni is always thereabouts, isn't he, Jack? It's hard to keep him down. He's a guy who's so consistent. He kicks 2 and 3 goals every week for his team, and it's so critical in low-scoring Division 1 games, having a small forward that you can count on. He must be tempted to go in the midfield sometimes, but I like what Boots does with him. He's a tough matchup, a guy you can count on to kick some goals. And Rostrevor right back in this match after Sacred Heart's fast start. They haven't scored since about the 20-minute mark of the first quarter, Sacred Heart, have they?
They certainly have not. Made the goal umpire work for it, Lanzoni, and that Kieran Hiaketsu scoreboard is lit up so far in the third term. Noble forward for Sacred Heart. Floating into the hole was Darcy Best, as your man there, McCormack, just going through some run-throughs on the boundary. Transfer, so he's had a few involvements in this third term. Played for that, didn't he?
Played for that, just the 25.
Sold it well.
Again, they got to go deep inside 50 here.
Transfer. Bit of a mung. How does it fall? Comes to the ground. Tried to rush it through. It might fall to Boxer. Does he keep it in? On the goal line. They're fighting for the try.
And the umpire has paid holding the ball for diving on the ball, so that's still the rule of the day. If you dive on the football, don't try and get rid of it. They will pay the holding the ball free kick. What does Sacred Heart do here now? Do they go short with the slippery football? Do they go long?
They do go long, and it was with Brinkworth. Colotto nudged under it, and that's what the umpire saw.
Just what they needed there. They needed a relieving free kick up the line.
Looks like Rostrevor have dropped a couple back.
Yeah, Sacred Heart forwards have come up pretty high, and they'll just hold their position behind the football where they can.
High up and under. Who can fly? Lacornu does. Off hands to Kailotto, and it's now forward for Sacred Heart. Keel, Hildyard, DeMatteis. Keel keeps it in front. Had it. Didn't have it. Oh, and he was still held without the footy, Cam Keel.
I thought the umpire was going to pay holding the ball there for wrapping him up, and he dropped it, and then he's paid the hanging on. So that's one of those 50-50 ones, isn't it? Like what they did there. They've done a bit of the Dempsey from Geelong there with Keel, haven't they? He plays wing, but they let him go to the goal square to use his speed. And I dare say, looks like the swimmer Cody Simpson a little bit, doesn't he? I've been wanting to say that all day. He's a dead set ringer, but he's had a great day. Needs a goal for his team here. It's been a while for Sacred Heart.
Should make no mistake, Cam Keel. Doesn't. Back out to an 8-point ball game. That's Sacred Heart's first in over half an hour.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a fortuitous free kick, but what a guy like Keel does, Jack, is he puts the opposition under pressure with his speed, doesn't he? Yep. He made the opposition sweat on him. One of those 50-50 ones. Was it holding the ball? Was it holding on? Got the holding on free kick, but most importantly, slotted it through from 20 metres.
And Connor Gluyas and Henry McAuliffe, two of their more prominent small forwards, you would say, who both kicked 5 last week. Barely been sighted, to be fair, with footy in hand. And Cam Keel can step up, and another one bobs up with a goal.
Yeah, I like that move. Like I said, he's got the speed. The ball gets in, greasy ball along the deck. Much needed goal for Sacred Heart.
Pedler with a couple as well as Clayton Simons. So a few more smalls getting it done. Umpire free for high on Elliot Murata. Looks like that range just drifted away from Campbelltown and it's heading towards the Adelaide Hills. So good news for all involved here at Campbelltown. If you are in the vicinity, come on down. Finals action in the Adelaide Footy League. What more would you want on a Saturday arvo? Down its way to the outer side, McDermott. Likes that trusty left. So does Gluyas. Oh, nice bit of candy. Rolls onto the right peg. Over Stepic's head. Murata there for support. Good, clever hack forward. Maroney tried to handball to himself.
Great tackle there. Looked like they were going to go deep inside 50.
Sorry, it almost looked like Maroney slipped the bird then, the way his hand went up after he got rid of it. I'll have to take a look at that one later on. McAuliffe now involved for the Shockers. Kick down the line. Dribbles out of bounds. It should be an inbound free for, looks like DeMatteis in the long sleeves. There's a few of them in the long sleeves down there.
A lot of long sleeves out for Rostrevor today.
Looks nice in the hoops, actually. I don't mind it. Big fly, Wakeland. So that's a couple of early marks in this third term for the Flying Finn. And he wheels and deals straight away. Good spoil, Sanderson. And McCormack just nudged his opposite number into that contest. Short ball down the line to McDermott. So he's having his fair share of it on his side of the wing this quarter. Feel sorry for the wingmen. They might see it all the time in a quarter and then not see it for a half. That's a dangerous ball inside. Maroney from 3 deep. Couldn't hold on the third attempt. Agnew tried to drive through but couldn't. Well held by the two Rostrevor tacklers.
As I said at halftime, both teams haven't put away that risky ball, have they? That's a very risky ball by Sacred Heart. No turnover, nothing gained at this stage.
Maroney gets a hack, but smothered again. We've seen so many smothers today. Moore gets it inside 50 finally for Sacred Heart. Gluyas around it. Did well to get his hands free. Eddie Pedler for his third. Gee, it looked like it was drifting through, but the wind just took it. Sailed through for a behind. 6-5, plays 4-8.
Just found a little something in the last few minutes, haven't it? It's their midfielders getting to the front and centre, using quick hands, getting the ball inside 50 for Sacred Heart. They are a dangerous midfield. Went a bit quiet in that second quarter, but they're up and about at the moment.
DeMatteis out from full-back. Arch the back, did Darcy best. Got his handball away. Will Mead finds his left boot. He's got Lanzoni out the back. He was shepherded out of it. Do they take advantage? Have they caught on?
I think it'll come back to Lanzoni. Correct call by the umpire there, and smart play by Lanzoni as well. He made sure that he kept going at the ball to force the body contact and let the umpire know what had happened. So smart play by Lanzoni. Does he have this range? It'll be about a 48-metre set shot.
That's the $64,000 question. Turned his back on a couple of leads, so he's going to be confident. Stefan Lanzoni kicked the first goal of this quarter, the only goal of this quarter. Struck it well. Touched, says the umpire. Pack of players doing their job on the line to fist that one through.
That's one of those wasted opportunities, isn't it? Metre short, it's so easy to fist through. If you can't make the distance, do you lob it to 15 metres out, let your tools go to work.
Gluyas and Agnew work this one out. Good spoil coming across the Sacred Heart man. It was nearly an intercept mark to Darcy Best. Something we're accustomed to from that man. He's been a sensational get from Norwood Reserves for Damien Boots and the Rockers. Been massive in the defence.
Sanderson's had the measure of McCormack in this game, hasn't he? He's an old school defender, Sando. Looks like he's 38 years old. He's actually only 25. But he wears you like a glove. Fist the ball away repeatedly and playing in front on that occasion.
Deep in their own 50 here, the Shockers. Can they relieve some pressure? Maroney couldn't hold on. Window couldn't mop up. And James Moody's going to get another disposal.
This is that little stalemate period now, isn't it?
Yeah,
goal each in this quarter. Who's going to kick the next one? Sacred Heart, can they get a little mini break with some weather on the horizon, or Rostrevor going to hang around?
Almost can't believe we're 12 minutes into this quarter. It's gone over like a flash. Transfer burrowing through. Couldn't escape Brinkworth.
It's more of a finals-like game now, isn't it? A lot of stoppages, not as much free-flowing ball movement.
Has been since quarter time, hasn't it?
Yeah. What's the umpire paid here? It's a Rostrevor free kick, is it?
Yeah, I think it's Transfer.
Bit of work going into Transfer off the ball today. He's a real stoppage beast. Can he find a target?
To the hot spot, Xavier Transfer. Someone goes down. Umpire doesn't pay a free. It's in dispute. Quick hands. Do they get it out of the phone box? They don't. Charles Kemp flying shot. 1-3. They're peppering. They are peppering. 7-point margin as we cross to the boundary. Jad Gosson.
Yeah, this one is harder to pick than a broken nose, to quote the great Tommy Javor. He's watching at home, so shout out to him. But yeah, the finals atmosphere you guys were touching on, it does definitely feel intense down here, and a bit of a lull from the crowd. They're just a bit nervous around here, the way the game is going. But yeah, low scoring since quarter time. We'll see if that continues.
Sacred Heart might find some voice now as they foray forward. Hildyard arches the back. Shanks it. Through for a minor score.
Better transition though by Sacred Heart, wasn't it? Beautiful kick by Simons out to Hildyard. It's good to see him back on the ground. Looked like he might have sustained a finger or an arm injury. He spent a lot of time on the bench in the second quarter, but good to see him back up and running.
Is there a little bit of rain around, Jad? Thought I felt a few raindrops just then.
No rain down here. It's pretty good actually. But yeah, good to see Hildyard out. He's still got his fingers taped up, but he's pushing through, and that's what you need to do in an elimination final especially.
Here's a moment for Rostrevor. Lanzoni and McCormack. Brinkworth and Dewhurst. Brinkworth and Dewhurst win that round. He clears Dewhurst. McRae, Agnew. Pedler, step through 1 or 2. Couldn't get through Butcher, who had his legs taken out from underneath him. Could have been ugly.
Almost AFL, they pay that, don't they, for going to ground and sliding into the knees. Might be politely asking the umpire there too. Butcher, how about me?
Brinkworth clears for the Shockers. Into LeCornu's chest. He's got one inboard. And that is 25 because he did not play on. Will Mead wasn't aware, unfortunately. And this might bring Darcy LeCornu to range. Probably not.
No, he'll. Not sure he's got this range in him. Again, needs to set the ball up to 15 metres, let his tools compete.
Touched off the boot down here at that ground level, you could hear it, and that's why he tried to go play on and try to tackle him, and the umpire paid the extra 25, so unlucky there for Rostrevor.
Can Darcy LeCornu make hay while the sun shines? Kicks from 52. Geez, we didn't think he had the distance, but he's absolutely punished that one. 9-point ball game here. It is a genuine arm wrestle here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. Niskransky with the kick in. Baldwin.
Great mark.
Kai Lotto. Sensational. Courageous. McDermott just has to come off his mark. Another inside 50 for Sacred Heart. That's a dart. Best couldn't hold on. Got a handball. Dawson. Agnew. Time for a kick. Butcher. Another example of some courage from both teams on display there. Butcher getting in the hole.
Saves the day a lot, Butcher, doesn't he? Great play by him to intercept. Looked like LeCornu had a chest mark if he didn't go back with the flight there.
That kick went about 13.5 metres. This one's gone 16 by the looks. So they're just playing with a bit of fire here, Rostrevor. Another short ball. Murata. Is this the time where they go? Not quite. Transfer's working hard. So's Kemp. He'll drift into a pocket and hold on. That's what Charles Kemp can do. Maroney's camped himself down the line. It's where it's going to head. It's going to just drift over his head, though. Good spoil from both teams. Murata held by McDermott.
You're right, Jack. This quarter is flying by, really, isn't it? Just the 1 goal to each team. So, again, it won't be a long quarter. I know we've said it a few times, but a goal either way is pretty big. A nice buffer for Sacred Heart or game on in the last quarter in front of their home crowd for Rostrevor.
1 goal, 3 apiece. So we're back to where we were at half-time. 9-point margin. Is this an opportunity for Sacred Heart? Not quite. Mead mopped up the loose ball and sent it his team's way. Agnew, he's been sensational today. Wheels onto that left, and it's a 2-on-1 inside the middle of the ground. Gluyas is going to get on the end of it. Short ball, Moroney couldn't hold on. Best arches the back. Sweeping handball to Baldwin. They work this out. It's with Slivak. Agnew. Once again, Bradley Agnew.
Just read that perfectly, didn't he? He's almost watching the eyes of the kicker. Gets to the right spot. Lanzoni, a little bit of an ear massage there.
That was
nothing to see here.
Genuine ear massage.
And that's gone out on the full. No.
Derringer umpire in position A. Hildyard held on.
Like he was over the fence almost when he took that mark. Good break for Sacred Heart.
Who can fly? Wakeland can. Not in his usual position on the ground, but he's doing what's required from his coach Damien Boots. Tramfer shrugs keel. Great handball back inboard. Baldwin spun through 1. Couldn't spin through 2. Keel takes advantage to the hot spot. Simons. Off hands Lecornu. He's got Moroney for support. He might be able to do it himself. Darcy Lecornu gets a handball. Simons. Gluyas. This is his moment. Played for it. Umpire was in position A.
Good umpiring there. That was classic. Don't mind the player trying it. Don't get me wrong. But he leant in looking for the high free kick. Umpire was having none of it. Worth the try. Good umpiring. Good footy.
Jad, when you get a second, just keep an eye on Hunter Window down there. Looks like he's not happy with something. Give us an update when you can, mate. Ryan Lim now for Rostrevor. Couldn't shrug McDermott. Got a handball away. Is this their opportunity? Pedlar. He couldn't, could he? Fell to ground. Dawson kept it in. They're playing with fire here, Rostrevor. Shoot has half a second of time. Is it enough to find someone? Boxer brought it to ground. Lanzoni. The pressure meter's gone up a notch here at Campbelltown.
Last touch there. He's a bull, Lanzoni, isn't he? Just barged through 2 people to apply pressure there.
He's trying to will his team in front. Boxer with the early fly, and that's in the back.
A little bit ambitious there from Boxer, but you don't mind him giving that a crack. He's had a sensational day.
Gluyas now for Sacred Heart with the free kick. Take a look at that flyer, the audacious fly on the Dartfish replay as Gluyas goes short to Brinkworth.
I wonder if Window's got a problem with a finger down there. He's not, yeah, he does. He's not happy at all.
Bleeding quite a bit as well, and he was very frustrated with that one. So he's trying to get that fixed up and hoping to go out there, and hopefully it doesn't affect him too much.
He might run out of time. There's a bit of feeling in this one. Wharton. And Gluyas. Gluyas earns the free. Umpire not happy with the afters from James Wharton. Connor Gluyas is putting the mouth guard into his jocks.
Not sure he's got a 52-metre shot with a heavy ball now as well, Jack. I think you've got to set this up to the top of the square and let his tools have a crack. Get those midfielders front and centre.
You don't want another wasted behind, do you?
No,
to the
see
goal
too
line.
many of them. Here we go, smart kick.
Simons can fly. Comes to ground, McAuliffe. Butterworth on all fours, the big man. Umpire circling. He'll have it. 21 minutes gone.
Might be worse than what we think, that injury to Window. He's not happy. He's got a massive bandage on his hand as well, and he's a bit of a loss for mine in the last quarter if they can't get him back.
McAuliffe. You're not getting away from James Wharton. So a couple of the smalls getting involved for the Shockers. Noble trying to generate a clean shot at goal. Wharton can't get past Agnew. Keel, top of 50.
Smart play.
Very. It's with Peak. To the hot spot once again. Lecornu. Nearly held on, Darcy Lecornu, but didn't have 100% of it, so it's play on. Is this their moment here? Simons turns inside. Gets a left foot ball away. Bounces over Kylotto's head. Best relieves pressure momentarily, and Simons holds on. He's got it on the junction.
Ball's been living in that forward pocket for Sacred Heart, hasn't it? Rostrevor defending really grimly at the moment. They're going to have to. It won't be a long quarter either, will it, Jack? So not sure if Simons has got to drop punt in him from that range and that angle, again, I'll be setting the ball up to the top of the square. Let something happen, a mark, a crumb, a free kick. Don't let the ball get rushed through.
Clayton Simons, 23 goals on the year. Yeah, 22 coming in. He's got one today. Struck it well, but it's just to the near side. 1 goal, 4 in this quarter for Sacred Heart. Hunter Window coming into the change rooms. He's not happy. 23 minutes gone.
Interesting that you get a gash on your finger, not a dislocated finger through, so maybe someone didn't clip the nails before today, Jack.
Jad Gosson, what have you seen with Hunter?
Yeah, they're strapped up to his fingers together, and the other one's strapped up separately. So yeah, definitely a big cut there, and he's not happy about it at all. Going in the change rooms, probably keep an eye on him if he comes out in the fourth quarter or not.
Hopefully he just needs to go to the bathroom, and he's back out there. Slivak did well to bring it to ground against his bigger opponent. Ball in dispute, hasn't gone too far. Trev with a spearing tackle. McRae sees something he likes in board. It's Moroney. He surges forward for the Shockers. McAuliffe, this is his moment. Didn't have it. Umpire said play on. You're playing for the free boys. Play the footy. Swanbury. Lim has time. He's got a 2-on-2 here. One of them's Lanzoni. Excellent Shepherd for his teammates shoot. Short ball. Dawson.
Has he done that move again with Dawson to half forward in the second half, maybe to use the ball just
Boxer
like
leads.
that?
No, it's Kemp. And he's held on.
I called it last week, didn't I? Dawson's ball use is elite, and he gets the ball in defensive 50. I wonder if Boots has called that early. I need a kicker, someone to set one up. There's a magnificent lasered pass inside 50. Only 30 seconds to go here. So this is a big shot on goal, Jack. Call it home.
I'm going to assume the message is take your time, take all the seconds off, and hopefully put it through. Charles Kemp. Kicks from on 50. It's trying to fade back, but it's going to drift through for a minor score. So we are going to be exactly where we ended up at the end of the second quarter. 1 goal, 4 apiece in that third term. 4-11 plays 6-8. Sacred Heart hold a 9-point lead here in the elimination final at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on Filming Footy.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again.
It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
listening to the three-quarter time huddles, and both teams with similar messages. They just want more of the same, really. Both of them are really contested. 9 points at half-time, 9 points now. For Rostrevor, they just want to be a bit more cleaner. They want to hit those handballs when they're available, and not just that, but also take their chances, because they had them on the ropes, according to the Rostrevor huddle, and they just want to make the most of it. And as for Sacred Heart, good defence, and that's what they've been doing so far. So we'll see how it plays out in the last quarter. A big final quarter here, coming up here. The elimination final. One of these teams are going home.
They certainly are, and both teams would not want it to be them. Plenty of fans corralled around both huddles. It's Rostrevor taking on Sacred Heart here. 9-point ball game. It was 1 goal for apiece in that third term for Sacred Heart this year. 4 wins, 1 loss in games decided by 10 points or less. And for Rostrevor, 2 times they've come from behind at three-quarter time to win a game of footy this season. So this last quarter is going to go down to the absolute wire. Do or die. Loser goes home. Winner goes through to play St. Peter's, it looks like. Adam Jeffries, can we pick what's going to happen here in this last term?
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? Rostrevor we saw last week. This is a different ball game, though. They've got an opponent with much more to play for than Port Districts did last week. They need to kick probably 4 goals, don't they? In this last quarter, they've kicked 4 all day. So it's going to be tricky for them. If I'm Rostrevor, I need that first goal just to really build some belief and some hunger. If Sacred Heart do get the first goal, I think it'll be a long way back. They're a good defensive side, Sacred Heart. They can put the clamps on. But yeah, hard to pick, but I'd rather be in Sacred Heart's position at the moment. Rostrevor probably need to find 4 goals in the next 20 minutes plus time on.
I wonder if this is Sacred Heart's moment to finally taste victory in the finals of Division 1. 2 years in a row they've gone out in straight sets after finishing with a double chance. Could this be their moment the 5th time around? I wonder what's going through his head as he munches on a couple of lollies there. Damien Boots, he's obviously very relaxed.
Got to have
9 points
lollies
down.
in the coach's box. Got to have them.
Stress reliever, aren't they?
Yep. We need some in the commentary box. I'll bring them next week, Jack.
Got to contribute something apart from your special comments, Adam. The big guns are in for both teams. Wharton, shoot. Tramp for Butterworth. For the Rockers, Moore, McRae. Looks like Cam Keel's gone onto the inside for Sacred Heart, and Bradley Noble in the ruck. Don't go anywhere here on Filming Footy. Strap yourselves in the next half an hour. It's going to be hot in the kitchen. Make sure you stick around. Winner moves on, loser goes home. All to play for here in this last quarter on Filming Footy. Sacred Heart by 9 points. Rostrevor trying to get it going their way through Wharton. He's on all fours. He slaps it to Tom McDermott. Sacred Heart go forward. Good mark. Henry McAuliffe. He wheels to an even one-on-one. He held on. It's Darcy LaCorneau.
Just the play they wanted was. It was a beautiful kick by McAuliffe, just to the advantage side. Hasn't had many one-on-ones. Has been kicking to a lot of numbers, obviously, with the way the game's been played in the last 2.5 quarters. Well done to LaCorneau. But we keep saying it, don't we, Jack? Needs a straight kick for his team here.
He does. He's marked it about 20 out, so distance will not be a problem. Yushin is right behind this on Filming Footy. Darcy LaCorneau's pushed it to the far side. And he punches his fist in disgust. That could have been almost a killer blow in such a low-scoring game, Adam.
Yeah, early on would have been a big blow, but they dodged the bullet here, Rostrevor, and away they go down the middle as we see another fantastic mark.
Kemp and Boxer, the two today, aren't they? McCormack pretty much unsided in the forward line. Paddy Dawson streamed forward. Doesn't come out. In that third quarter, Hunter Window picked up an injury. Didn't look too happy. He had the jacket on. Not sure if he's back out there. We'll get Judd Gosson all over that on the boundary. McRae with a bone-crunching tackle. Hence the nickname Bone Crusher. 55 from home for Rostrevor. Tramfer, Sockers forward. Wakeland runs down his opposite opponent, denying Sacred Heart the chance to repel. 2 minutes gone. 10-point ball game. Wakeland doing the forward half rucking.
Great
Another
smother.
smother. We've seen so many smothers today. Both teams have not let up all afternoon. Wharton puts it to the hot spot. Here's McCormack through his legs. Baldwin, can he weave a bit of magic? He's hemmed in on the boundary.
Clever pass.
Excellent pass, James Wharton.
This is an incredibly tricky shot for goal, though. Wonder if he'll have a ping, Jack, or if he'll again look to centre the ball. Not a lot of goal face to aim at here. Be a big lifter if he can kick it, though, Jack.
James Wharton, he's been huge in the middle of the ground today. Hangs it out to the right, to the hot spot. Two people fly it, fell to ground. Lanzoni's around it, so's Tramfer. It's spilling, it's bobbling. It's hot in the kitchen. Baldwin smothers, Dawson shrugs, gets a kick, Wakeland!
Got it. Saw Kemp take a heavy fall in the goal square before, Jack, on that last contest, but well done by Wakeland, just in front at the right time. Seen a lot of players have shots for goal from this 25-30 range. We saw LeCornu before, same spot. We spoke pre-match, Jack, about goal kicking. LeCornu at one end. Now Wakeland, what can he do?
We also spoke about moments, didn't we? Last week was built on moments in Rostrevor's unreal comeback against the reigning Premier Port District. Finn Wakeland, he's been a revelation in Division 1 this year. Wheeled himself into the contest in the third term.
Got it.
And he's made his moment in the last quarter. It's a 4-point ball game, and the home crowd find their voice.
Yeah, big crowd here for local football game, and well done by Wakeland. He would have been really nervous over that ball, but he kicked through it. When you're nervous, you've actually just got to swing your leg through the ball rather than just poke at it. He did that well. We're going to have a grandstand finish here, Jack, I feel. I don't think this is going to blow out at all. It's going to be a straight kick either way. Well done to Wakeland. Rostrevor first goal of the last quarter, which is exactly what they needed. Dodge the bullet at one end, kick truly at the other.
Boundary.
Jad Gosson on the boundary. 4 minutes gone in this last term.
I still can't see Hunter Winder on the bench. I've been keeping my eye out for him, so he might still be in the rooms. Hopefully, might be it for him.
He's got the tracksuit on. I saw him before, and he is done for the day. So it's a bit of a loss for Sacred Heart.
There you go. That's why I can't find him. But yeah, big goal there, and it's intense down here. Big crowd, as you mentioned as well.
Cam Keel for Sacred Heart earns a free. LeCornu. Sorry, Kailotto through his fingertips. Butcher mopped up. Dawson. Back to half back, potentially. Or he's just rolled up a bit, not too sure. That's an audacious ball down the line, but it's fell to Baldwin over the back. Wakeland, he has time to steady, and he has time to handball it over the top. Tommy McCormack hasn't touched it all day, and he's put his side in front.
Now unlucky in the middle of the ground there, Sacred Heart, who's going to come through and spoil the ball. Couldn't see who that was. He slipped in the mud, and that created the overlap. But what Rostrevor did really well there was great unselfish play and great composure. Thought Wakeland was going to have a ping, but he just drew the man out. And that'll be a good confidence builder for McCormack as well. But well done to Wakeland. He could have easily had a shot, drew the man, made it a certainty. 2 goals in a minute for Rostrevor. Now we've got a ball game, haven't we?
We certainly do. It's the big guns once again for Rostrevor getting involved in the second half. They've kicked 3 goals. Lanzoni, Wakeland and McCormack all getting on the score sheet. What does Sacred Heart have? It's the first time they've been behind all afternoon. They've kicked 1 goal since quarter time.
There's a bit of confusion here. It was for running in, so the ruckman's got to take the kick.
Sacred Heart have kicked 1 goal since quarter time. Butterworth pumps it long and strong to his opposite number, Bradley Noble.
Really good umpiring there as well. Wakeland hit the ground, but he slipped. It wasn't a push in the back. Not tempted to pay the push. Good umpiring here. As we said, the ball hit the ground again, but they get out of trouble.
Only just. Gluyas. Simon sitting under the high one. Took it on his chest. Stops and props. Eventually kicks. Sensational mark, Ethan Moore. Pressure relieving mark. McDermott kicks it to the carpet. LeCornu was clean. The 2 numbers 27s have had a great battle today, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been a good battle, actually. There's been a lot of numbers back, especially through that second and third quarter. LeCornu hasn't been afforded a lot of one-on-ones. Butterworth, a big hit forward, but straight to Sacred Heart.
Gluyas trying to do a bit too much, potentially. And
Doesn't miss a tackle, Lanzoni, does he? He's a bull. He's a bull today.
He is almost a man possessed. There's a few possessed players out there trying to wheel their side over the line. The skipper's doing his bit. So is this man. Pumps it long, does James Wharton. Underneath it, Brinkworth. He won't shy away from a high ball.
Very important mark for his team there from Brinkworth. Made it look easy, but Wakeland was coming. He's gone for the short one again. He's found the target.
They're not going away from that, are they? If they're going to go down today, it'll probably be from that, isn't it? Just a bit of turnover and things like that.
Yeah, but again, now they're down. They need to find a way through as well, don't they? So they won't change their style. They've done it all year.
Maroney now for the Shockers. He sees something he likes. Terrible ball drop, but it's found its way to Keel.
Not sure that was meant for Keel, actually. It just dropped short.
Lucky he saved the day. Calls to get it in long. McRae flies, sticks the boot in the back. Just dropped the mark. Wharton and shoot, raffle it. Gang tackled. Ethan Moore. It's an even 2-on-2 inside the 50. He pops it up to who could fly. Carlotto can. Off hands. Comes out the back. Ball up.
Tense times now for both teams, isn't it?
Tense.
One mistake's going to lead to a goal.
30 from home for the Shockers. Clever tap, boundary side. Maroney onto it. Best slipped over, got a handball. Lim, hack kick. It was touched. Play on. Brinkworth. Who can fly? Underneath it is Butcher. Lecornu, good spoil.
It's an important contest by Lecornu. Gets his team a stoppage rather than the inset mark.
Maroney, my bad. They look the same. Both got that sort of same colour hair, same moustache. He's been good today, Maroney. In his 11th game for the year. Carlotto doing the rucking for Sacred Heart in the forward line. McRae, Maroney, players flying everywhere. They've kept it in just. Gluyas still kept it in, clever. Still in. How is his ball not gone out of bounds? Jad Gosson on the boundary.
Just having a look from my angle, it looks like Cameron Keel's a bit of a spare man in defence for Sacred Heart, so despite not having the lead, he's sat in the hole there, and now he just got asked to push in as I was talking about him.
He might have an impact here too. Agnew doesn't fall to him. Gluyas is a left footer. It's not his best kick. It is through for a behind. 1 point ball game.
Just a slight little fumble when he received the handball there. Just cost him a second.
And just like that, Adam, we are 10 minutes into this last term. Not long left here on Filming Footy. DeMatteis with the kick in. Long ball, straight up the guts. Niskransky flies, falls to Sacred Heart. Great tackle. Is that Lanzoni again? It's not. It's Lim. Looks like he's got a bit of a sore shoulder there too. Hopefully it's just a stinger. Both sides ringing the changes on the boundary. Box up. Murata dove on it.
They've been consistent with it all day, haven't they? Both sets of players knew what was going on there. What have we got here?
25.
Ooh, and that might bring him almost within range. Maybe not quite. 5 metres short, maybe. It's very tricky. That ball's quite heavy now as well, Joe. It hasn't rained a lot, but it's been a muddy, and that mud just accumulates on the football, makes it a bit heavier. Ball won't travel as far.
Elliot Murata, he'll kick from right on 50. It's a high up and under to the goal line. Sacred Heart do well to get that through for a minor score. 2 point ball game. 11 minutes gone.
Again, I know I keep harping on it, Jack. It's a bit of a waste. Set that ball out 5 metres further out so Wakeland can have a run and jump at the ball rather than just sit under it. Too easy to spoil there.
Gluyas from fullback. Butcher coming across. Impacts well. Maroney dropped the mark. James Wharton can stroll into 48. Eye them up!
Got it.
Sensational, James Wharton.
It's a great shot on the run, wasn't it? Unbelievable shot on goal, but I think it was Lanzoni's handball, wasn't it? It was a great spoil. Looked like they were going to take the mark. Made the contest. Lanzoni fired out a beautiful handball. Watch this. Bang. To Wharton on his own. Just went inside 50 and absolutely flushed that kick. Made that look easy, but 48 on the run with a heavy, muddy ball. Now Sacred Heart need to respond. Their mids need to go to work. They need a centre clearance, and they need one of their forwards to stand up. Kick the next goal in this game.
What have they got, Sacred Heart? 1 goal since quarter time. 3 goals in this last term for the Rockers. Twice they've come from behind at 3/4 time to win this season. Could it be 3? Maroney got a toenail on it. Umpire said play on. Moore wins it from transfer. Agnew. Umpire said holding on. Free to Ethan Moore.
It'll come right back though, so that gives Rostrevor the opportunity to get their numbers back. And like you said, Jack, 1 goal in 3 quarters just about. It's going to make it tricky from here.
Ethan Moore, right in the centre of Campbelltown Memorial Oval. Slipped over as he kicked, so he didn't get the distance. It bounces favourably, kind of. Handball by Colotto, put his teammate under pressure. Lanzoni hacks it out of the area. Kemp holds on and boxes, bolting back to goal. Kemp tries not to slip over in the mud. Sanderson brings it to ground, transfer, hacks it forward. It's a foot race. McCormack, Lim, they fall over each other. A comedy of errors from both of those players. Sacred Heart clear. Kailotto, a coach's mark, a captain's mark. Put Brinkworth under the hammer. Sacred Heart clear momentarily. Keel clotheslined as he attempted the mark. Sacred Heart are going crazy down at ground level. 14 minutes gone in this last quarter. Brinkworth in the hole.
I thought that was the right decision. Yeah, it was heavy contact. It was the same as we saw with DeMatteis in the first quarter. Nothing extra, free kick.
2 kicks from home here, Sacred Heart. Short ball, puts Hildyard under the pressure, and he turns, shows a bit of toe, Charlie Hildyard. To the hot spot, over the back. They clean up momentarily, Rostrevor. Umpire found a free, got dealt with.
And that was going to be a turnover and ball going back into the Sacred Heart wall there, so not a smart play, and they're away here.
Lanzoni moved it quickly. It's all one-on-ones up ahead for Rostrevor. Boxer has to stop and prop, and that invites pressure. He had nothing else to do. Colotto's gone behind the ball, Adam.
Yes, but that's the tricky one, isn't it? They need a score, not save, so I would want the big fella inside 50 if I could. They need him at the ball drop right here. I get what he's thinking. He knows they can't concede another goal, but they need to think attack here.
8-point ball game. Ball comes inboard for Sacred Heart. Gluyas, normally good by foot, puts it on the right. Ground level here, snapping ball. Dawson on the line.
He's done that a couple of times today, Dawson, hasn't he? Just wicket keeper as the ball comes through.
DeMatteis taking the sting out of this one. The pressure meter's gone up in this last term. That's gone 14.5 metres. Thomas is soaking up the clock now, aren't they, Adam?
Yeah, there's still time, though, for Sacred Heart, isn't there? They just need to slow this down, create a turnover in their front half, go back in again.
A hush has rung around Campbelltown. You can't hear a thing here. LeCornu, a couple of big marks in this last couple of minutes. Keel turned inboard. His teammate was wrong-footed there, Noble. It's kept in, only just. It's got a fingernail on it.
And what's the umpire paid? Free kick.
Looks like Connor Gluyas.
It's going to have a snap here. Keel has been very good today, though, hasn't he, Jack? He has been everywhere. He was going for quick play on and snap. And missed.
7-point ball game. 16.5 minutes gone in this last quarter.
This is where the benches need to be organised as well, Jack, and make sure they've got the people on the field that they need. That ball's going to be stuck on that far side. There's not going to be a lot of goals for interchange. Get your players where you need them now.
Sacred Heart are just surging this ball forward. Holding the ball. Good tackle. Wharton, Butterworth, shoot on the bench. There's the rotations you're talking about, Adam. Get them on when you can. Won't have much more time. 5 scoring shots in this last quarter. McDermott sets it up. Carlotto. 2 people grabbed it. That's why the umpire called play on.
Not a lot of remonstration now. I think he was just hopeful. Yeah, good smile on his face there. Don't mind that. Good umpiring, good football.
Carlotto flicks it over his head. Gee, they'd love Hunter Window here in this situation, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you can see what Sacred Heart are going to try and do. They're going to test the umpire here. They're going to get in low and strong and see if they can cause an over-the-shoulder free kick.
Wakeland wins it down. Dangerous area. McAuliffe. That's what you're talking about.
You don't want to sit on it too long either, do you? The umpire's been hot on sitting on the ball and have paid the holding the balls today as well. So let's see if they're still keen to pay them in the last few minutes of a final.
Ball doesn't go too far. Was that a throw? I think it was.
No.
I think he did pay the throw.
There you go.
And it's McAuliffe.
Sure, he hasn't had a big day, McAuliffe, has he? But it's the type of small forward that can bob up late.
23 goals this year, Henry McAuliffe. 5 last week. Seven-point ball game. They've kicked 1 goal since quarter time, Sacred Heart. The car horns ring around the ground.
He's missed.
And it's put him off. 1 straight kick.
And I have to say, an interesting move of Kailotto coming to the bench very late in this quarter. I'm sure he won't be here long.
And I'm sure Jad Gosson will have an update on that as well. What have you got, Jad?
Kailotto is now on the bench, but that's interesting in itself. Simmons and McRae were on the bench for a while, the 2 captains, but McRae is back on at half-back, so keep an eye on that one with his influence on the half-back flank.
Kemp now for Rostrevor. Sacred Heart got a fingernail on it. Wharton hacked forward for Rostrevor. Boxer just gets distance. It's going to go out on the full, but it's going to buy them some time to set up behind the footy.
Just needed to try and get that ball corridor there. Boxer, didn't he? But again, under immense pressure. Sacred Heart have turned up the pressure dial, haven't they? Just haven't found that goal that they need. Now they've got to go end to end into a big pack of players here, and do they want to take the risky short ball?
1 straight kick here at Campbelltown Memorial Oval. Do or die. In Division 1 footy, Hildyard, Dawson got a fist on it. Butcher, you're not getting out of a McRae tackle. They're leaving it late here, Sacred Heart, but they're still in it. 6 points.
Pretty tense down there, isn't it? Both sets of supporters on the edge of their seats.
3 minutes left as we tick in a red time. Low scoring quarter. Tramfer.
Probably can't afford for Rostrevor to score here then, Sacred Heart, can they? Even a 7-point buffer, they'll have to score twice. So they need a clearance and get the ball in their front half now.
Butterworth and Noble.
Great hit. Ooh.
Moore just eluded him as he was away. Wakeland flies, brings it to ground. Niskransky, Lanzoni. Could it be the captain's moment? Hildyard, they're trying to rush it through Rostrevor. They can't. Sacred Heart keep it alive. Hildyard, ball up, top of the goal square for Rostrevor.
That's a big play, wasn't it? Like I said, if Rostrevor gets 7 ahead, they should be able to defend that lead. But as it stands, still the 6 points. Sacred Heart desperate for a clearance in a contest.
Noble. Boxer!
That
could be a handy point.
Yeah, it could be a very handy point. We know there's under 3 minutes to go. So now Sacred Heart have to roll the dice, Jack. They have to get some numbers into the corridor. Yes, you want to avoid the mud, but you need to get the ball out of your defensive 50, get the ball to your tools. Again, I'm surprised Kailotto's not on the ground to compete here.
Straight down the guts, Agnew. Brought to ground, Dewhurst. Handball
away.
Forward. They need a kick. McRae on the right. McAuliffe, good spoil. Players can't turn. The mud is so slippery. Simons, great body work. Di Mateus. Sacred Heart wanted in the back, but they didn't get it. Baldwin on his own, holds strong. That was clutch from Tulio Di Matteis in that one-on-one.
Only about under 2 minutes now. Can they milk the clock?
Baldwin hugs the boundary line. Lim falls in the captain's lap. Stefan Lanzoni, 2 kicks from home. Wakeland or Boxer! Goodness gracious me, he's played some game, Jet Boxer.
It's a huge mark, isn't it, Jack? Not just in the height and the jump, but in the context of this team season and the match as well. But there's still time here. What they need to do, Rostrevor, is not celebrate. If he kicks it behind, they need to zone up and not allow Sacred Heart to clear the ball out.
He's kicked 2 today, Jet Boxer. He's taken plenty of big grabs like that when others couldn't. His side lead by 2 goals. This will make the margin too big for Sacred Heart. He's got nerves of steel, this bloke. And Rostrevor are rolling on to next week in Division 1.
Unbelievable by Boxer. He thoroughly deserves that last goal because he was there early in the game when his team needed him as well when they were down and out. Remember back to that goal he kicked on the quarter-time siren when the turnover, taking some magnificent marks all around the ground today and a clutch set shot there. And I dare say that's the ball game. Can't see Sacred Heart kicking 3 goals in the last 90 seconds here. And Rostrevor have done it again, haven't they? Slow starters all the time, but they've got belief. They keep playing, they're very even, and they go to the final bell.
Rostrevor have done it again. Come back from 3/4 time. 13-point ball game. Agnew. 30 out. Comes to ground. Snap by Simons. How does it bounce? Into the post. That's got to be 3 or 4 for Sacred Heart today into the woodwork.
And they've had opportunities, haven't they? They were 5 goals 1 at one point, if you recall. 1 goal 12 since. So they'll rue that over the summer, won't they?
Even 2-goal game. Di Matteis clears for the Rockers. Couldn't be Boxer again, could it? It's come to ground. 8-13, plays 6-13. 1 goal since quarter time for Sacred Heart, and Rostrevor have stormed home with 3 in this last quarter. Wharton, Moore gets a handball. McDermott at his teammates' ankles. Baldwin rides a tackle, keeps it in. Rostrevor keep on rocking here in Division 1. And we are seeing something very special right before our very eyes with this group of players and their coach, Damien Boots.
Couldn't see it early, could we? Sacred Heart were all over him in that first 20 minutes of the game. 5-goal-1 buffer. Looking dangerous all over the park. Their deep midfield, their defenders were on top, their forwards were dangerous. But like we said, if you had said they'd kick 1 goal 12 for the rest of the match, you wouldn't believe it. They stayed composed, didn't they, Rostrevor? They always looked composed, even when they were down and out. We saw it last week, we've seen it again. And we'll speak a little bit more about it later, but they'll be backing themselves in against St. Peter's next week as well, won't they, Jack? Great win for them, and on the other side of the fence, Sacred Heart, they'll rue that one. They've had a fantastic season, 12 wins into 5th. Is a pretty consistent year, big win last week. 5-1 up early in this ball game. And then, yeah, just slowed down a little bit. So they've got a little bit of soul searching to do, but they're a good football team. They've got plenty of depth. They've got lots of numbers in their twos. They're a pretty young team as well, Jack, so I don't see them getting... They'll be disappointed tonight and over the next couple of weeks, but over the summer, they'll reload and they'll come back strong in Division 1 again next year, Sacred Heart.
Touching on those final scores, 8-13, 61, plays 6-13, 49. And it is Rostrevor who do triumph in this do-or-die elimination final. In their first year back in the top flight, And it was the last 5 weeks of the season where we weren't sure if they were up to it. They earned their way into the 5, and this momentum that they've built, it's like a snowball. They just keep growing and growing before our very eyes, the Rockers. The goal kickers, Jet Boxer, the only multiple goal kicker for Rostrevor with 3, and then it was singles to Baldwin, Lanzoni, Wakeland, McCormick, and James Wharton. For Sacred Heart, Eddie Pedler kicked 2, Lecornu, Simons, Kailotto, and Keel with 1 apiece for them. As we go through some of the highlights today, Jad Gosson is just grabbing the best on ground winner. And as we thought, it looks like it is Jet Boxer, but we'll wait for Jad to confirm that one in a matter of moments. There's Bo Baldwin. He kicked the first of the day for Rostrevor. And it didn't look like there was too much else happening for Rostrevor in that first quarter, Adam, because Sacred Heart went on to kick 5.
Yeah, as you look back, they were 5 goals to 1 up, and it was that switch ball that Boxer turned into the goal. Ball hit the ground in front of him. He dodged the tackle and got that Nathan Lyon off-break goal. It's a big turning point, really, wasn't it?
Massive.
Like if Sacred Heart go down and score 1 more and get a 6-goal-to-1 lead, they'd be all over them, wouldn't they? But it wasn't to be.
And we are down at ground level now with Jad Gosson. He's got your best on ground winner.
I'm here with Jet Boxer, 3 goals today and a fantastic performance from yourself and the team itself. How do you deal with the pressure when you're losing most of the match and you just got to stick in there in a low-scoring contest?
It's just communication, staying positive, and we know if we stick to what we know and do the right thing, we'll stay in the contest and be able to get over in the top. So, yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
So many weaknesses. What's the belief like in this squad that you can go all the way from here?
Yeah, it's strong. We don't think there's any roof, so we're just going to take it week by week and do what we can and control what we can control, and yeah, just keep winning hopefully. So.
One here, but how do you have the courage to fly for all those massive marks? You don't look scared at all. You go up and you take some massive grabs at moments.
Nah, it's good. Just enjoy flying, and yeah, no, it's good fun. So.
Awesome. Great, but thanks again for your time and congrats on the. No worries, mate. Back to you guys in the box.
Very well done. A very worthy winner of the Best on Ground award. Thanks to Archie's and the Gully. He'll treat a few of the boys to a couple of beers tonight, I imagine, because they've earned their way. Look at them all. They're doing the specky pose there behind him.
You can see the B graders with the esky coming over as well, Jack. So well done, though. Elimination final wins are pretty special. I know it's not the big dance at the end, but there's a pretty good feeling when you win a knockout final, any grade, particularly in Division 1, and particularly when they were down early in the game too. So they got a lot of belief, don't they? And they'll take that into next week.
Yeah, I love what he said there. No roof, no ceiling on this group. Sure you can hear in the background there the Rostrevor faithful going bananas as they're marching on into the rooms. Chad will be up here very, very shortly to take us through the rest of the game.
This was the play, wasn't it?
Yeah, here's the Nathan Lyon off break. Watch it. Bang. There it is. Just drifted through, and that was right on quarter time, wasn't it, as you said? And that just got him, don't know if it even gave him momentum or
just
belief or anything like that.
Halted Sacred Heart's momentum, and there was a big difference going in 5 goals to 2 down instead of 5 goals to 1. It was an incredible play by Boxer, and yeah, they took the momentum after that, and really, like I said, Sacred Heart. And we got to say it as well, the 1 goal they did kick was probably from a fortuitous free kick, wasn't it, in that 3rd quarter, Sacred Heart? It looked to me like it could have been holding the ball. The umpire paid holding the man. So, yeah, unbelievable. Just looking at around the grounds as well, we're going to talk about the other game.
There's a few highlights of Boxer there just while we wait for Adam to get that score. Jad's also just joined us in the box. How did you find it down at ground level, mate? The noise would have been great.
Yeah, it was loud. There was definitely some moments you could hear a pin drop when Sacred Heart had the ball in a dangerous position. But as soon as Rostrevor did anything, even in this mark, a nice tackle, the crowd was going crazy. And why not? You've just won a massive final here at home.
Adam,
just looking at the other ground as well. So Golden Grove have had a 50-point win, 19 goals, 6 very accurate. Pascoe with 6 takes him to 90 goals as well. So something to keep an eye out there as well. Sure you'll be all over that, Jack, over the next few weeks. But We haven't seen a Division 1 player kick 100 goals in a very, very long time. If there's one man that can do it, it's probably Pascoe. But Golden Grove march on to play Port Districts next week in the second semi to go straight to a grand final. And St. Peter's, 50-point loss. They would have gone out there with the omission of Glen with pretty much confidence. But now they play Rostrevor on the high next week. So it's going to be a cracking round of footy again next week, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah, certainly. What was the overarching sort of theme and thoughts on the game as a whole? Adam, we'll start with you and then we'll get your thoughts, Jad, from a boundary line perspective. But Adam, it was Sacred Heart by 3 goals at quarter time, and did they really fire a shot after that? It's hard to say, isn't it? It was tight.
No, if you're going to be brutally honest, they scored 1 goal in 3 quarters of football. This is a team that was 6 and zip, won 12 games through the year, and unfortunately, you can't win games of football if you kick 1 goal in 3 quarters. Doesn't matter who you're playing against, let alone Rostrevor at home. So they've got some soul searching to do over the summer. But like I said, I'm a big believer in Sacred Heart. They've got a lot of young players out in the park, right? So you don't see a lot of teams win Division 1 premierships with players 25 years and under. They're normally won by the seasoned, big-bodied teams, been there, done that, tough finals, hardened teams. So I think Sacred Heart will reload. A lot of their guys are school players, Glenelg players. They're not going to go anywhere. They'll just keep buttering up and getting better, but they'll be disappointed. Like I said, started the game so well, big win last week as well, so they came in chock full of confidence. 90-point win last week, 5 of the first 6 goals of the match, and then really just stopped their midfielders. We didn't call a lot of their midfielders a lot. Wouldn't blame a lot of their forwards. I don't think they've got a lot of clean entries. And like I said it pre-match, I think Rostrevor probably bat deeper than most of the teams. They just have an even spread of good players on every line, and they're well drilled. And I think Coach Boots as well deserves some credit. He's probably behind Ramsey, probably the best coach in Division 1, just on having a well-drilled, structured team performance every week. So well done to them. Sacred Heart, they'll reload and come back next year.
Jad, how did you find it from the boundary perspective? And probably a massive a part of the game, and maybe why shock maybe faded out of the game, was the injury to Hunter Window.
Yeah, so it was a bit disappointing for Sacred Heart on the boundary. I was next to their bench, and they were up and about in the first quarter, and then after that, Rostrevor did very well just to grind away and come back into it. And yeah, you mentioned the injury for Hunter Window, one of their key players. And also in a tough game like this, in these conditions, they only had 3 on the bench in the last quarter and a bit. So that was definitely tough. Their rotations were maybe a little bit off because of that. We saw Carlotto and McRae and Simmons get stuck on the bench for quite a while in that last quarter. So yeah, but Rostrevor, the thing I was thinking as well the whole game, they won the Div 2 last year. They know how to win finals, and they're up in another big final here, and just found a way to win, and that's all you can do in this time of year. And yeah, congrats to them.
I wonder if there has ever been a team that's come up from Div 2 and won Div 1 after winning Div 2. Adam, you probably would know that more than what we would.
It's pretty rare.
Young whippersnappers.
Pretty rare. Can't think of one right now. Prince Alfred, 2015-16. PAC won Division 2 in 15 and come up and won Division 1 in 2016, if I recall. But I don't think it's been done since then, no. Very rare.
Just touching on the overall scores of the game, once again, it was 8-13-61 Rostrevor. They kicked 6 out of the last 7 goals to come home and win by 12 points. Sacred Heart 6-13-49. Rostrevor getting the job done there by 12 points. And at the other game was Golden Grove winning by 50 points. The scores were 120 plays 70, so very comprehensive victory there for the Kookaburras. And they go marching on. That's 12 or maybe even 13 on the trot. You'd think they're due for a loss now, but if they do lose, then they don't want to lose in finals time for them. And for St. Peter's, they will take on Rostrevor next week. And the Stream team will be heading to Country Living Homes Reserve for that mouth-watering qualifying final. The winner moves on to the grand final. The loser has another chance. It's Port District taking on the Kookaburras, and we will be there next week. All of us 3 will be there, won't we? Beautiful. You can catch the wrap-up of this game and the other qualifying final from Harpers Field on Between the Posts this week, as well as some of the other divisions as well. We love Division 1 footy, but there's Division 2 all the way through to Division 7 finals happening all across the Adelaide Footy League, so you can catch that on the wrap-up this week. Thanks to our sponsors for bringing us today's broadcast and the other live stream of Division 1. It was High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ITC, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archies, and of course Filming Footy, where we are receiving the live stream today. Thanks to the team. Thanks to Adam for your special comments today. And Jad on the boundary, absolutely sensational. The both of you two fellas. Can't wait to be with you next week.
Looking forward to the game at Largs next week. It's going to be a cracker.
Could be a grand final decider, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks to Hugo, Sir James Moody and Yushin for bringing all the great shots and graphics throughout the afternoon. Thanks to John Douglas for providing this great service for us and for the fans. They absolutely love the product that we deliver each and every week. And thanks to you, the viewer, for tuning in to this mouth-watering final. Touching on that score again, it was Rostrevor getting the job done at home. Another come-from-behind win for them. They keep rocking into September, and it was them getting the job done by 12 points. And here is the Rostrevor club song.